Sister Jean, the dancing machine, a swinging nun with happy feet, jump and jive into the beat. Sister Jean, the dancing machine, Sister Jean is making the scene. That ain't Catholic doctoring for a gal who ain't too lean. She can shake that pasty meat.
She's quite a sight of black and white, looking like a real cool dancing fool. Look at her go, swinging high and low, with her boyfriend Father O'Toole.
Sister Jean, the dancing machine, dancing ain't her only thing. She'll knock you off your feet when you hear her wail and sing.
I got a bad habit of jumping like a rabbit when the music turns me on. I know it sounds happy, but I'm so not bad. Cuban kid is gone.
Sister Jean's a swinging nun, a shaking, bouncing ton of fun. That ain't bad for 85. Man, that nun can really fly. Sister Jean, the dancing machine. Sister Jean, the dancing machine. Sister Jean, the dancing machine. Sister Jean, the dancing machine.
Oh!
Sister Jean, the dancing machine.
Oh!
Sister Jean, the dancing machine.
Roll!
The dancing machine.
10:02 at 560 WQAM. This is the day that we've been waiting for. These are the trimes that tie men's shoes.
And we still have an hour and a half to kill. Somehow.
No, we don't. Hour and 28 minutes, according to my clock. Barry University leader retires after 23 years of unconventional leadership. Big stories in both newspapers today. Sister Jean, the dancing machine, she's hanging up them dancing shoes. When she first got to Barry University in 1981, the small Catholic school was in deep financial hole. Her solution on a bet, the nun sang, "Don't cry for me, Argentina," on a yacht. They thought she was like Kinda Sita Cruz, while wearing a white dress and a feather boa. A rendition that earned the school $1.5 million. Using rather unconventional methods, O'Loughlin has helped raise more than $200 million for Barry University over the years. How do you like that? But her most famous intervention came in 2000 when she acted as mediator between the Miami relatives of Elianito Gonzalez and his Cuban grandmas, the abuelas, who were locked in a heated international custody battle over the child. She advised her good friend and then U.S. Attorney General Janet Reno, her good pal, her gal pal, to keep the boy in the United States, later explaining that she had looked into the 60-year-old's sad, dark eyes and saw pain. For this, she received thousands of letters and emails, some raging against her decision, raging against that Catholic machine. So she's just stepping down like it's a big news story. I don't know. Well, it gave us an excuse to play that, right?
Yeah, we'll take it.
And I also had to put that little in it, too. I'm thinking that during the summer months, I'm going to make me a project, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm going to, resurrect as many, like I did with that Bill Cigar and Monica's, that one.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah.
They can be done where there's a will, there's oy vey. I'll tell you right now. Speaking of oy vey, 8 U.S. troops died in a car bombing today and 2 others killed in separate incidents in Iraq, according to the U.S. military. The car bombing south of Baghdad also wounded 4 other troops. Hours earlier in eastern Baghdad, a rocket-propelled grenade attack killed a U.S. soldier from the 1st Cavalry. An attack in Baqaba, north of Baghdad, killed another U.S. soldier, U.S. military officials said, so we're talking 10. With the deaths, 737 U.S. troops have been killed in the Iraq War, 534 from hostile fire, 203 in non-hostile incidents, according to U.S. military figures. As the numbers just keep rolling on. It's now double digits on several days. Well, what can I tell you? Denise Crosby, I can tell you that. She's our behind-the-beaded curtain gal. Speaking of Butch. Denise Crosby's on there if you're over the age of 422 and you got 17 pieces of ID to prove it, and letters from all your grandparents and your whole family tree. If the Beasleys wrote you a letter, then good luck to you. Then you can take a quick peek. Denise Crosby is behind the beaded curtain. She was born November 24th, 1957, which makes her 46. And looks every minute of it. She's the niece of Harry Crosby. And I got a great line I could have used back in the day, but I can't say it right now, especially if you look at that picture. But anyway.
We'll just pretend you said it.
Okay. She's been all over the place. Legend of the Phantom Rider 2002, The Bus Stops Here, Star Trek Armada, Star Trek The Next Generation Companion, The Rockford File, If It Bleeds, It Leads, the Channel 7 story. Divorce, a contemporary Western, Deep Impact, don't want to touch that. Chance of a Lifetime, Pumpkin Man, a lot of these are made for TV crap. Jackie Brown, Executive Power, The Red Shoe Diaries, 4 on the Float, and so many more. I mean, just, man, I'll tell you one thing, she sure gets a lot of work. Or did anyway.
She's working it.
Pet Cemetery, Skin Deep, Arizona Heat, Crime Zone, Miracle Mile, Star Trek, The Next Generation, The Last Generation, Eliminators, etc. I could really get it right up to 11:30 just reading the credits there, but I'm not going to do it. We'll just go to 11:15. Let's see. Here David says, yesterday you were asking about the development around the Miami Herald area. The development is incredible. They have museums, cultural arts centers, and every model Omni Mall. The area from the Miami Herald north along Biscayne Boulevard to Northwest 36th Street is the new Brickell. They're putting up new office buildings, condos, and such. Anything along Biscayne Boulevard east of the bay as prime real estate will be developed in the coming year. In addition, downtown Miami is being redone. The DuPont Plaza sits vacant right now, awaiting to be torn down and rebuilt with a row of condos, orifices, and shopping. Over the next year, there are to be a total of 1,400 new condos downtown, which brings up the need for malls and such. Downtown Miami is happening, baby, which is why I live in Kendall, says David. Well, thank God, because it's not crowded in Kendall. It's not congested. Good luck to you, David. You'll need it. See, I asked and we got a response. Downtown be happening, man. It looks like the Marlins are going to get a new stadium. Not downtown, but by the Orange Bowl. We'll get into that. Okay, let's see. Today's poll, or I guess we got to do yesterday's poll, right? I'm a little bit,
I know. We're all anxious.
Under a lot of stress here today. Did the Muffmeister stick her head in the door yet?
No.
Because he had to go for his electroshock treatment this morning. On the day that the book comes out, he always has to undergo that. Which of these people best fits the description of being too black, we asked yesterday. Pretty good response, 1,336 vote. Look at the people who didn't get any. Eddie Murphy and Bill Russell didn't get one. Well, Louis Farrakhan, 254, he wins pretty easy. Deion Sanders, must be the money, Deion, 172, or those pimp suits you'd be wearing. Al Sharpton, 139. Jesse Jackson, 126. Spike Lee, 120. Those were the contenders. All the others were the pretenders. Remember the pretenders?
Yeah, I do.
50 Cent had 66 cent. Miriam Oliphant, 53. Johnny Cochran, 49. Mike Tyson, 38. Michael Irvin, 32. Don King with that freak wig, 27. Bobby Brown, who'd like to go downtown and beat somebody up, 23. Warren Cromartie, the Crow, 22. Nice going, Crow Man. The Crow Man. O.J. Simpson, 21. Jim Brown, 20. Likes to knock women down, Jim Brown. Brian Cox, 18. Arsenio Hall, 17. P. Diddy. Oh, we never changed that. That's okay. Puff
Whatever.
Daddy. Call him just a puff hole. Arsenio, 17. Puff Hole Daddy, 17. Warren Sapp, 17. Star Jones, 14. Chris Rock, 13. Esther Roll, 13. She ain't having no more good times. James Brown, 11. He likes to fall down. Bishop Victor Curry had 10. Nice going, Bish. Will Smith, 9. Alan Keyes, 9. Self-hating. J.G. Walker, 9. Patrick Ewing, 6. Bill Cosby, 5. And don't be calling him the Grape Ape anymore, Josh. That's bad. Bill Cosby, 5. Sam Davis Jr., 4. Chuck D had a pair. And like I said, Eddie Murphy, Bill Russell both had the big.
Oh!
Sorry about that. That's really a shame, ain't it? How could Eddie Murphy not have any?
He's
I guess they
not
still like Eddie Murphy, huh?
Right.
They feel bad for him.
Well, he's
For
not
that
like
little-
a professional, that.
A professional, I see. And now we got, for your amusement and perusement, in fact, what we ought to do is probably just play these new drop-ins until 11:30. Yeah. Yeah. We could play like a whole bunch of them, yeah. Yeah, we could do, and maybe we will be playing that one about 11:35. You never know. We'll see. We have no idea. The numbers are coming out today. Winter book is coming out today, and this is a particularly well. There's a lot of radio crap going on. Just in case you've been hiding out in a cave somewhere, you've been doing the Dalai Lama impersonation, or the ostrich routine, or the flamingo routine at Hialeah with your head buried deep in the ground. Viacom president and Mel Karmazin lashed out against the FCC's recent crackdown on broadcast indecency during an interview session conducted by the New Yorker magazine's Ken Alouetta. During an event titled A Conversation with Mel Karmazin hosted by the SI Newhouse School of Public Communications, Karmazin said that Viacom doesn't broadcast indecency, which he noted was defined by the FCC as a discussion of sex or excretory matter with a patently offensive manner. We're fighting in Iraq for freedom, Karmazin pointed out. If it doesn't appeal to you, shut the radio off. Just because you don't like the words anal sex doesn't make it indecent. Noting that many journalists have not been supportive of the First Amendment, he said, we think this is a very slippery slope. That's right, Mel. Hang on, because we can all feel ourselves sliding right down it right now.
Rectum.
It's a slippery slope. Ex-Air America CEO Mark Walsh rips Rush Limbaugh a big fat ass. He says Rush is a big fat liar. And according to Washington Ball yesterday, no surprise here, was using his airtime to laugh at their fumbles at Air America. Air America's flagship show, a 3-hour broadcast starring comic and author Al Franken, competes against Big Fat Rush. Rush is a big fat liar, just like Al Franken said, Walsh told the Washington Post. Apparently, Rush saw a C-SPAN show I did where I said one of the reasons that right-wing radio dominates radio so well is they have a lot of talent. That Rush is very good at radio. He's an entertainer, not a pundit. And now because I praised a right-wing host, he says I'm getting Schmidt canned. I think the OxyContin is kicked in because it takes a drug-addled mind to think up something like that. How do you like that? The OxyContin is finally kicking in, Wilma. Nice going, honey. And a couple of more radio things. Well, the story you mentioned the other day, it's not really worth wasting a lot of time on them. Enrique Santos and Joe Ferrero fined $4,000 last week with a prank phony conversation with Castro on the air without notifying Castro or other Cuban government officials that they put him on the air. Well, they made a big publicity stunt out of it. What a surprise. And now they've elected to pay the fine with 400,000 pennies donated by listeners at a live broadcast from a Hialeah furniture store held yesterday. This will allow listeners the chance to display their disagreement with the FCC's decision and stand in solidarity and support for Enrique and Joe, WXDJ said in a press release, as once again try to siphon all the publicity we possibly can from something egregious, because the Spanish language stations never do nothing wrong, do they? No way. No way, Jose Marti. And 2 more Florida pirates fined by the FCC. How do you like that?
Oh, we're fine.
Naples, Florida resident Jason Green was fined $10,000 by the commission for operating an unlicensed radio estacion in the city of Naples at 91.9 on your FM band. Concurrently, the FCC set a $10,000 fine to Miami resident Gary Feldman.
Oy!
Cut it out, Gary, for broadcasting without a license on the 91.9 frequency in Dade County. Green and Feldman each have
About 30, man.
30 days to respond to the notices of apparent liability, $10,000 apiece. Pay up or get out. That's my comment, okay? These pirate radio clowns, man, these radio holes. Make you want to puke. All the people that toil in this business spend a fortune. Of course, we leave the Beasleys out on that because how many dollars they spend on our equipment?
About 30, man.
Almost everything in that studio except the bare bones basic, the board, those old cart machines. Other than that, I paid for in that studio that you're sitting in right now.
See.
Pretty embarrassing. Although I will say the Beasleys paid for everything in here that I can see except the supplies, and this studio sure as hell got yours beat by a long shot. Sorry. 10:13 at 560 WQAM. Let's face it, you've been hearing me talk about Fast Train for a very long time now, and after the book comes out today, probably a lot of radio people will be looking. You probably wondered if maybe computer industry makes sense for you. The facts are simple. If you have the dedication, Fast Train can provide you with the necessary training, and they can help you achieve a brand new high-paying computer career, and they can do it in just 4 short months. Count them if you can. That's right. By the end of the summer, you can be on your way and making some serious cash. Fast Train's got day, night, and weekend classes and financial assistance for people who qualify. Once you complete your classes, Fast Train will even assist you in getting you that new computer job and a real life. It's really that easy. Just pick up the phone, call Fast Train toll-free, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Be sure to mention Todd Reck's name. They got 7 locations all over the state, including 7 in South Florida, so there's bound to be one nearby you. They're in Miami, Kendall. There you go, David. Fort Lauderdale and Pembroke Pines. So there's bound to be one nearby you. Check them on the web if you like at fasttrain.com, and then make that call that can really change your life, give you a big boost. Call toll-free 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. WQAM.
Anybody have a heart or a liver?
No!
But with a blessing my soul, what's wrong with me? It costs $100 to fill my SUV. The price of unleaded keeps going up. 'Cause my car, I can't fill up. Yeah. My hands are shaky and my knees are weak. I have to walk to work on my own 2 feet. It's cheaper just to call a tow truck. 'Cause my car, I can't fill up. Yeah. Oh, please don't ask me what's on my mind. Gas prices are up, cost $2.29. There's no more joyrides, no money's left. These OPEC guys, they scare me to death. Across the land, we should all boycott this higher price until they make it stop. Oh, this makes me just wanna throw up. 'Cause my car, I can't fill up. Yeah. Yeah.
Gabler.
Yeah, I can't feel up.
10:18 at 560. Boy, I never thought that was going to end. You know what? He just kept, once he got rolling, man.
Well, too bad it didn't last an hour.
Exactly. Or an hour and 12 minutes would be good. That's how long we got to go to 11:30 till the numbers start percolating. Did Duff stick her head in the door yet or what?
No.
Well, if he does, just close it on it real quick, okay? It'll relieve the pressure. Look for the QAM van today, noon till 1 at Bill Usury Motors, located at 300 Almira Avenue in Coral Gables. Almeria Avenue? I'm sorry. So sorry. Almeria. Stop by to pick up a pair of tickets to see the Marlins and the Dodgers next Tuesday, courtesy of the Real Yellow Pages from Bell South. That's the Marlins who won again yesterday in Colorado, no less. Won the series. And let's see, we got another Marlin game this afternoon, but the bad news being for us that they don't start till 4:05. Pre-game we got the Mad Dog at 2 to 3:30. For an hour and a half he'll come in, make his presence felt.
All right.
3:30 got Marlins on deck. Marlins at the Giants. They rematched last year's NCLS. 4:05. And then you got Hurricane Hotline, 7 o'clock. The big 8 to 10, 2 hours, that's plenty. And NDK after that. Police in Los Angeles issued an alert that a shopping center on the city's west side could be a target of a possible terrorist threat as early as today.
Oh, my gosh.
The veracity of the threat had not been verified as of late last night. However, the LAPD said it would have extra patrols on the streets and urged the public to be aware of their surroundings, especially in the upscale Westwood area of L.A. Residents of the area were urged to be on the lookout for suspicious vans or rental trucks and for anyone who appeared to be casing a potential target or dressed in heavy clothing or carrying a heavy backpack or duffel bag. Or maybe like an umbrella. Remember the Umbrella Man in Dallas?
No.
1963. You
that
ever read about
man.
that?
I thought you were talking about the soap opera.
West Los Angeles is a general term for a sprawling area that includes landmarks like Beverly Hills, the UCLA campus, Santa Monica, the Museum of Tolerance, and Los Angeles International Airport.
Oh, my God.
So there you go. I'll keep you abreast of that situation. Can I say that?
Dude, good.
Huh?
No.
There's a book. Got a couple of books that we just added onto our website there. Recommended reading. I think 3 of them to be exact. One of them is the John Dean Bag book, Worse Than Watergate.
Okay.
Your cartoon was magnificent, by the way, the one where Cheney, they're testifying in front of the 9/11 Commission, and here's a big fat Dick Cheney sitting behind a desk, and they're saying, oh, well, we actually have another chair for the president, and Cheney is saying, oh, we're fine.
Oh, we're fine.
And here's Bush as like a little monkey in his jacket pocket.
Send it to Eric. It'll be on the site.
He's like a little monkey. A little munchkin in the Veep's
smirking chimp
pocket. Yeah, the smirking chimp. That's him. Anyway, in this book, Spinning on the Axis of Evil by Scott Taylor, best-selling author and award-winning journalist, America's War Against Iraq. If I can just indulge a couple of minutes here, it'll kill some time. It won't take long at all. Just a little bit, few paragraphs, okay?
Okay.
Never was the media truth more manipulated than during the staged statue-toppling scene April 9th that was meant to symbolize the end of Saddam's regime. Watching CNN senior correspondent Christiane Amanpour give a live report on the supposedly spontaneous incident, I suspected this would be one of the U.S. largest staged news events. What a coincidence for Amanpour and her crew to be on hand in Firdos Square to capture on video a mob of Iraqis as they try to bring down a large statue of Saddam. Unable to achieve this feat alone, a detachment of U.S. Marines just happened to be in the area to lend a hand. I listened incredulously as Amanpour told CNN's viewers that this was Baghdad's central square and that this particular statue was deeply symbolic to the Iraqi people. As Firdos Square sits between the Sheraton and the Palestine hotels, I was very familiar with it. Contrary to her claims, Firdos Square certainly was not in the center of Baghdad. The real city center, Revolution Square, was some 2 kilometers away and was still very much under the control of Saddam loyalists. Furthermore, this particular statue was cast from a standard mold, and identical copies could be found all over Iraq. In fact, up until the previous October when the statue had been erected, Firdos Square had been nothing more than an empty traffic circle. When other media outlets housed in the Palestine Hotel began broadcasting images of the statue's toppling, they actually provided a different perspective. By pulling back from the action, it became obvious that the Iraqi mob was in fact just a tiny crowd. American tanks completely surrounded the square, so the Iraqis were operating inside a protected perimeter. One Iraqi, who camped it up for the cameras by banging his shoe on the toppled Saddam, was later recognized to be one of Ahmed Chalabi's INC bodyguards. 2 days earlier, the same individual wearing the same shirt had appeared beside the Iraqi National Congress president when he returned to the town of Nasiriyah. As became clearly evident, the incident at Firdos Square had been orchestrated by the U.S. military in conjunction with CNN. While it would certainly not fool Iraq citizens, it effectively convinced North American audiences that the war was over. During that evening's newscast, global television anchor Kevin Newman interviewed correspondent Patrick Graham, one of the few Canadian reporters who had stuck it out in Baghdad. From the Palestine Hotel's rooftop, Graham explained how this particular incident had involved only a handful of Iraqis. He went on to say that in reality, the Fedayeen fighters still controlled most of Baghdad. Nevertheless, the following morning, virtually every North American headline read Saddam toppled, and CNN had switched its War in Iraq logo to a New Iraq Rebuilds. Instead of waiting for the Iraqis to rise up en masse to celebrate their so-called liberation, the Bush administration had decided the time was right to start celebrating for them. I just mentioned that in passing. Spinning on the Axis of Evil, America's War Against Iraq by Scott Taylor.
Commie lies.
At any rate. Okay, here's today's poll. Well, we got a lot of fish to fry in the next hour and 6 minutes, but who's counting?
That sounds good.
Well, let's see. We did the number on the gays, the Jews, the Cubans, the blacks. Which person best fits the description? The ultimate redneck. All right. Billy Ray Cyrus, Toby Keith. Those are the two starters we got, and then you can add on as you peruse Denise Crosby and her butch look there behind a beaded curtain today.
They can pile on.
They can just pile right on. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. Marlins near deal for a new ballpark. It ain't going to cost me a dime.
All right.
Dade County and the city of Miami were close to financing a deal with the Marlins early yesterday to build a new baseball stadium near the Orange Bowl, but enough snags had developed by later in the day to send them back to the negotiating table. They're close to a final deal, but not quite. They're on the verge. They're right on the edge. The remaining points of discussion, who will pay for the parking garage? Oh, George will take care of that.
Yeah, I got it right here.
And how much money from the potential sale of the city-owned Miami Arena would go toward the project. Still, County Manager George Burgess said, and Miami Mayor Manny Diaz said, they were hopeful the sides will reach agreement perhaps as soon as today. And the best part of the deal is, Manny Diaz says if they come up a few 100,000 short, his kid will print up the money. Diaz said, we're very close. It's very fluid. When all is said and done, we'll have a working agreement. It could be tomorrow, could be a week from now, but it's very, very soon. City Manager Joe Ariola seemed more pessimistic, saying much of the proposal had to be renegotiated because the Marlins failed to secure a key part of funding Wednesday, a $60 million state sales tax rebate. Yada, yada, yada. It goes on, and Sampson said this, and lobbyist William McKinley said it. William McKinley is the lobbyist. How do you like that? I thought that first shot got him, but I guess not. Huh?
No, he's still alive.
I'll be damned. So we got just an hour to go, baby, till those numbers start coming in, and then we'll see. Then we'll find out who's got what on whom, you know?
Who's been naughty and who's been nice.
That's correct. That is absolutely, positively.
Absolutely correct, sir.
26 after 10 at 560 WQAM, and a man is looking for something to put on his head. A dead animal is not a good idea, Mo, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I knew you would. Charles Alfieri designed and supplied the best-looking hair systems to showbiz people for more than 35 years. He's been all over on the big shows on TV, Good Morning America, The Today Show, CBS Morning News, introducing his patented exclusive hair system that offers you guys the most amazing natural hairline system you can find. The most critical area of any hair system is the hairline, and Charlie's new skin-like hair system is so great looking it's 100% undetectable. And I see when you got the muskrat on your head, it keeps moving around, so the hairline don't look exactly what you call too natural, if you catch my drift. Charlie's guarantee to you is this. You try his hair system for 30 days.
About 30, man.
After a month, if you don't love the way it looks, feels, smells, all of these things, if you're not getting so much action, you're just about worn out, Charlie will, you just return it to him and give you a full refund. No questions asked. So what do you got to lose beside that big shiny bald spot or that mousy looking piece you're wearing right now? Charlie also services and repairs existing hair systems, including shampoo and trim. So don't delay. Call Charlie today and change your life forever. Call toll-free. You can look younger and better than you ever dreamed you could again. Call 1-800-321-2413. That's 1-800-321-2413. Or on the web, you'll find him at charlesalfieri.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. WQAM.
I urge everyone to complain to this station.
That's my opinion. I'm Mike Disney.
All right. I can remember back when radio was cool. I said when I grow up, that's what I want to do. But now it's run by greedy corporate holes and suits that only care about the bottom line, not you. They are omnipotent, their power has no end. Because the CEO is Daddy Bush's friend. Consultants know it's meant for you to hear instead. Your brain was wired up. They plugged it in. We're trying to kill the radio star. We're trying to kill the radio star. If they're brought in and the talent is gone, it sounds the same no matter where you are.
.32, we got 58 minutes and counting. Let's see, Dennis Rodman is the ultimate redneck. Oh, I think maybe he's a little late. John in Columbia, South Carolina, our faxing fool. You fool, man. That was for yesterday's poll. You idiot. Anyway, the ultimate redneck, George W. Bush, says this faxer, bring it on. Yeah, I would certainly agree with that, and he'll win hands down, but that's all right. George W. Bush, let's get him on there right away. El Presidente. Rednecky. We're going to smoke them out of their holes. Jeff Foxworthy is a good one, and also the chairman of the NRA, Wayne LaPierre Jr. No relation to Joe Marsh Jr. or Neil McCran.
Okay.
Wayne, I beg your pardon? Wayne LaPierre, and this is not spelled correctly. We left the I out. But then again, even Josh would know that, right? How to spell a lot. He left out the... Thanks, Jay. Two good ones there. Jeff Foxworthy. We better start building this list. Because once we get sidetracked, and the funniest facts, the most amusing facts in the history of him, this put such a smile on my puss when I saw this. Good luck in the book, Neil. Signed, Duff. Are you ready for that?
No, I'm sorry.
Can I translate this for you? What this means is, please get a gigantic number because we're counting on your fat ass to bail out the morning and the nights. We know the afternoon are going to do pretty good. Mad Dog and the Humper, they'll do just fine. But the mornings and the nights, so please, Neil, please, we're counting on you again to go back to those big, gigantic numbers. And on your big, fat, old, pimply ass, bail our ass out, please. Well, I'll do my best. WQAM, hello. QAM, not there. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Big story tonight on Frontline you're going to want to see. It's called the Jesus Factor. It's about how they made a conscious decision, the Republicans, throughout since Reagan, and that they believe that they can win the presidency just based on that vote alone, even though it's only even though it's only 20 million people.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, that's good. They can have all 20 million of those if all the rest of us vote for Kerry.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think they can win it alone, but it's a real interesting Frontline. You got to watch it.
Okay.
Thanks, Neil.
Thanks. WQAM, hello.
Good old Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton's a good one. Thank you, Pally. In fact, wouldn't that be kind of a rednecky thing to say? Hiya, Pally! Yeah. I could see that in a good old Western, Hiya, Pally. I never thought of Jeff High as a Westerner myself, but nevertheless, maybe he's like from West Buffalo.
Oh, he walks like a cowboy.
Like cheek to white. Oh, I never seen no cowboy walk like that. Oh, you mean kind of like side saddle?
Right, waddling.
He walks kind of like with that walking stick, kind of like slide saddle.
Bow-legged.
WQAM, hello.
Yes, sir. I think I need to nominate everyone in NASCAR, but specifically Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Y'all come back now here.
All right. Y'all come back now here. You're going to love it up here in Nashville. Hey, and there's two kind of folks. There's them folks from New York and them Jews, and then there's us folks here in Nashville. Oh, man, what a place.
Yeah.
That month that I lived there, that seemed like about 45 years. That was no, seriously, I told her that story about the night that I left. I thought I was a dead man. Because I was, at the time, coming back to Miami, although I was going to go to Philadelphia. I've told you that story. My furniture was on the way to Philly, and Dick Casper talked me coming back to Miami, which is, well, whatever it was. And, so I had moved out of my apartment, and all my stuff, my furniture was on the way to Philly, and then had to be rerouted. And so I stayed the last night in a motel. So I'm walking from just out of the radio station, and I start crossing the street, and a cop comes over, a Nashville cop, and he says, you working there? What was the name of the station?
I don't know. WLS.
No, oh my God, I can't remember the name of that station. Big, 50,000 watts, WLAC. I said, yeah, I work in there. He said, you know where I can find that Neil Rogers? And all of a sudden, at that moment, my life was flashing before my eyes. And then I said, well, I'm Neil Rogers. I don't know why I did it, because he caught me off guard. And he went on. I couldn't get away from him 10 minutes. Well, my gosh, since you came to town, I'm so upset that you're leaving. You've taught me whole new attitudes about blacks and gays and this and in life. And, when you grow up here in this town, you have such parochial attitudes. And this guy was great.
That was nice. I thought you were going to tell me how, he chased you out of town with banjo music chasing you all the way.
No, that was the next guy down the block. He didn't get to me in time. No, that was the Beasleys. 5670560. Let's see. I better vote for somebody here, huh? I think, W don't need my help. Jeff Foxworthy, well, Toby Keith, okay? He's just too rednecky for all of us. Did we get Dale Earnhardt Jr. yet?
Yeah.
I bet you that'll be on there momentarily, right, Josh? I'm sure it will.
He's on there. We're busy eating from Howie's.
Oh, you're busy eating from Howie's. Thanks to Howie's. I thought you were going to get Wayne Arnold today.
Not today. Next week.
Wayne
Talk about
Arnold LaPerriere.
Yeah.
As he came to Jacques LaPerriere. By the way, how about those Leafs, huh?
Oh,
Told you.
oh.
No, I didn't. I never thought they'd do it. Boy, they looked pretty good last night. Beat Philly 4-1, kicked their ass. You're pretty excited about, aren't you?
What?
Colorado overtime. I didn't watch that game at all. What a snoozer that must have been. Scoreless game. Colorado beat San Jose to just barely cling alive. 1-0. Wow. WQAM, hello.
5670560. Is this it?
Pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. That's us.
Yeah, I'd like to nominate someone.
Yes?
The Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Steve Austin.
Stone Cold, yeah.
Stone Cold. That's what he ought to be.
And
Okay,
I have
thank
one.
you. Oh, jeez.
People are still
too bad.
faxing
Well, you know, I got that quick finger, man.
Right, good.
And especially since all this censoring crap got started, I got to have a real quick finger. I had it sharpened up just for these trying times in which we live, you know?
Got to let
I had it sharpened up in my finger, too. Oh, that's a quadruple on time. You can't say that. Can't say that, you commie pinko bastard, you. Sorry, Pally, I'm sorry I cut you off, but I thought you'd be done. Now, what did he say?
He was done.
Steve Austin. Stone Cold.
Stone Cold Steve.
He is. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Couple comments and a nomination for you.
Go right ahead.
Number one is on Sister Jean. She was on 10 last night news. She was dancing. I thought of you then. And they named the street after her.
Right.
Way. Second to that, Bill Henry last night when a caller called in who was active duty military, asked him what gives him, you know, any kind of conviction to be, you know, this in the Army for what they've been doing and having the Marine Corps going. Because he claims, he says, as a taxpayer, he has every right to demand it. And on the nomination,
sure? Yes.
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith's pretty yahoo-y.
Thank you.
Good one, thank you. Andy Griffith, Yahoo, and all them shows that you like Hee-Haw, and Beverly Hillbillies and Green Acres and that crowd.
No comparison.
With what?
Beverly Hillbillies is an outstanding show. It's a parody of all of that stuff.
Oh.
You've never watched it.
Here's two more good ones. You're right. I wouldn't watch it if you paid me by the
It's
minute.
a parody.
Daryl
It makes
Waltrip
fun
or
of
Terry
rednecks.
Bradshaw? I don't think Terry Bradshaw is, well, yeah, he is. He's a redneck. He's just dumb, but he's a dumb redneck. Oh, I'm sorry to be redundant. Daryl Waltrip or Terry Bradshaw. Strom Thurmond, it said, may be dead, but his memory lives on as the ultimate redneck. P.S. Deadwood Marathon on HB Friday night. What a shame I'm not going to be able to see it. But you will. I'm sure you'll be glued to it, right?
No, I'm going to go out and smoke crack on Friday night.
20 before 11. That's only 50 minutes away from that gigantic moment. I bet you Duff is farting up a storm in here. In fact, he and Clarence are probably sniffing across the hall at each other, you know? Probably making sounds that we most definitely cannot play on the air. Exactly, that kind. That Geldy, man, he's just... now, did I leave that one out?
What?
Off of my...
I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
I got one with the smack. I like that better.
Oh, do you? Well, here's the real story. Mother's Day is right around the corner. If you're looking for a gift for Mom to show her how creative and thoughtful you are, send her a Vermont teddy bear made just for her. Like the Mama's Boy bear with a heart-shaped mom tattoo, or the Moo Mom for President bear. Did I say moo? Moo Mom.
Moo.
A friendly bear counselor is waiting to take your call at 1-800-829-BEAR and help you tailor a bear just for your mom, your wife, or grandma. They got over 100 bears, each handcrafted in Vermont and guaranteed for life, delivered with free gourmet candy and a gift card. Dad, it's your job to get a gift from the kids, and the Mother and Cub set is a perfect idea. Choose any number of cubs and personalize each one with a name. Sending a Vermont teddy bear is the creative, the smart alternative to sending flowers, which are dead in no time at all, and should keep the bear forever. So call 1-800-829-BEAR or shop online at VermontTeddyBear.com. That's 1-800-829-BEAR, and be sure and tell them, please, that old Neil told you to call.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
The Indian did the rain dance, the black man did the tap. Now it's time for me to hear the redneck rap.
Sitting on the front porch, hair down my back, 14 Chevys up on a jack. I'll drink that beer, never get full, all day long at the tractor pull. Clem's all home, everything's a buzzing. Saturday come, gonna marry my cousin.
He wants to have the wedding at the Bonus Hall of Fame.
Got drunk last night, almost died. A tornado hit my double wide. My name's on my belt and a John Deere hat. 16 dogs and 13 cats. Going to the bank to get some bucks. I want bigger wheels on my truck.
When he's in his school bike and in a sporting mind, he likes to throw a beer can at a Dr. Highway sign.
I tailgate in my big Ford to read them signs, baby aboard. I hate them signs that make me nervous. No shoes, no shirt, no service. I love my idols, I ain't joking. Richard Petty and Big Hulk Hogan. The sticker on my bumper is a little bent. Hank Williams Jr. for president.
All right. Redneck. Redneck.
We put Terry Bradshaw on there or not?
Yeah.
We did. I guess I better refresh, okay? Excuse me, I'm going to go out to get some of my pho. Jimmy Johnson, somebody says, that's a very good choice. He's a real redneck. Good old boy. We got a shot. We got a shot. You're a real redneck, Jimmy. And James Carville, it says, although he's great, he's a real redneck. And although it says here Carvel, misspelled, of course. I thought Tom Carvel was dead, wasn't he?
The ice cream guy?
Anybody? No, you call that ice cream?
Well,
you are joking me, aren't you?
They call it.
Oh, brother.
You don't like Cookie Puss?
I can't stand Carvel, all right? I don't care how Jewish they are. Just very, very bland, tasteless. Kind of like a lot of these shows, man. Really tasteless. Which of these people best fits the description? The ultimate redneck. George W. Bush, 32. What a surprise. Out of the first 69 votes. Toby Keith, he got my vote, 18. Dale Earnhardt Jr., 6. Billy Ray Cyrus, 3. Jeff Foxworthy, 3. Billy Bob Thornton, 3. Stone Cold Steve Austin, he's got a pair, and they're Stone Cold. Wayne LaPierre Jr., 1 from the NRA. Andy Griffith, 1. Terry Bradshaw and Darrell Waltrip don't have it. What about Richard Petty? We want to put him on there?
Sure, why not? He's got that hat.
Sure, why not? Richard Petty, because he just got mentioned that bit. Well, I haven't played that in a long time.
Right.
And so needless to say, I auditioned it during the previous break. Hey, you never know, man.
No.
Just like that Sister Jean thing that I had to had to dial it up a little bit there. Let's see. So much for living free on my sailboat, says somebody here. What is this? The new proclamation from George W. Bush, which was signed into law, allows the feds to seize your USA or foreign flag vessel after they kick you off it if they think you're planning to travel to Cuba. This means a Canadian sailor anywhere in the U.S. territorial waters risks losing their boat if the feds think you may sail to Cuba. Even though it's okay if you're Canadian to go to Cuba, it says it's crazy, but it's real, and it goes on a great language. I would suggest don't go to Cuba, right?
Right.
I mean, if you haven't learned from poor little Elianito, what are you ever going to learn? WQAM, hello.
Steve Spurrier and Bobby Bowden.
Steve Spurrier and Bobby Bowden was a good choice, thank you. In fact, I got the winner, other than W. Get those two on there, Steve Spurrier, Bobby Bowden, but the winner is, you know who it is.
No.
Terry Bowden.
Who?
Terry Bowden, he's Bobby's son. Former football coach. Is he still a coach? He ain't coaching nowhere, he's just on TV all the time.
Yeah, he's on TV now.
He's just on TV, being real rednecky. Terry Bowden, man. Wow.
Take your word for it.
Wow. He makes the guys in Aintree look like big city slickers, look like they're from Manhattan, from Wall Street. That's how rednecky he is.
He more than Banjo Boy?
He makes Banjo Boy look like Donald Trump with better hair. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I think maybe we're putting a little bit too much stock into this whole rating book thing today.
Whatever, it's something to do.
Yeah, no, I think it's interesting. It's a
thing.
No, but it's a moment in history, in radio history, in the South Florida market. What term do they use? It's a X-lax moment, or whatever it is.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Turning point.
Yeah, but there's some word that goes in there. Somebody will. It's a classic. It's a something. WQAM, hello.
Yo.
QAM, yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, I got two for you.
Okay.
I guess the unctuous Bill Frith, he's quite a redneck, and the, John C. Heil Ashcroft.
All right.
All right, and get them on there. And, on the Marlins and, David Sampson.
What did you just say?
Something about David Sampson and the Marlins.
Yeah, something the Marlins and David Sampson, but it didn't.
Right.
They were like not connecting words there. Anyway, Bill Frist. We already said we can't play that bit called Friston.
No.
Bill Frist, F-R-I-S-T, and John Ashcroft from Missouri, who lost election to a dead man. 5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Maybe that's why he went running around covering up all them statues. Maybe it affected him psychologically. When you lose an election to a dead man, it just kind of like sends you off the deep end. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I got one for your poll.
Yes, sir.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. You mean Stone Cold Steve Austin's got 5 votes right now, right? Didn't I just get through reading the results?
Yeah.
Man, okay, let me read them again real quick. Which of these people best fits the description of the ultimate redneck? George W. Bush, 49. Toby Keith, 22. Dale Earnhardt Jr., 8. No relation to Ray McClain Jr. Jeff Foxworthy, 6. Stone Cold Steve Austin, 5. Man, he got those 5 quick, didn't he? Richard Petty, 5. Billy Ray Cyrus, 3. Terry Bradshaw, 3. Billy Bob Thornton, 3. Bobby Bowden, 2. Wayne LaPierre Jr., 1. Darrell Waltrip, 1. Andy Griffith's got 1. Jimmy Johnson, Steve Spurrier, Terry Bowden just went on there out of the first 109. If Terry Bowden don't go zooming up there, then I'm going to call for a congressional investigation. I'm going to say disband this 9/11 committee right now. Let's investigate this, because if Terry Bowden ain't the ultimate redneck, then I don't know who the hell is. He makes George W. Bush seem like Woodrow Wilson, okay? That's how rednecky Terry Bowden is. He is just out of this world, or ought to be. Don't forget, look for the QM van noon to 1 today at Bill Ussery Motors at 300 Almeria Avenue in Coral Gables. Stop by to pick up a pair of tickets to see the Marlins and Dodgers next Tuesday, courtesy of the Real Yellow Pages from Bell South. Now, does that mean if they stop by they can pick them up, or they got to win them? Well, that's bizarre.
I don't know.
Huh? So stop by to pick up a pair.
Well, then there you are.
While they last. Or however it works. WQAM, hello.
Hey, yeah, how about Charlie Pride?
Charlie Pride is real rednecky, a little bit dark complected for some of them guys, but good choice. Thank you. Charlie Pride. Not too many black rednecks, you know what?
They're out there.
I wonder if he marches during Pride Week. 5670560 pound 560. You know, there's too much pressure on us. I think maybe we ought to get like a 1 share in this book, just to take the pressure off once and for all. Let somebody else do it, you know? Let Mo do it, huh?
Absolutely.
The Mo Man, Mo and Joe. The 6 to 10 segment in there, Mo and Joe. Let the Mojo guys, because we know, I didn't mention before that not only is the morning got some real service, but also, especially the early part, but also night times, man, hockey. January, February, and March, that's the winter rating book. That's what's going to come out 11:30. And we had the Panthers on there, and all I can say about that is,
Oh my God.
Can't complain about their radio audience because there isn't any. I mean, we have fractions at night. Poor Eddie K. How'd you like to have to follow a Panther game?
Okay.
How'd you like to have to go to a Panther game? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to pick on the organization, but it would be nice to compete for the playoffs once, in somebody's lifetime. That would be good before the team moves on. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I don't know his name, but it's the guy that made Ned Beatty squeal like a pig.
Okay. That guy that made Ned Beatty. Maybe it was Rufus, huh? I don't know what his name was. That's cute. Clem?
Buford.
How about Clem Cadiddlehopper? He was always on the Red Skelton show. That's right, he was Red Skelton. God bless. 5670560. I didn't like Red Skelton, to be honest with you. I watched it because back in the day, I mean, you watched whatever was on.
Didn't have a lot of options.
Didn't have a whole bunch of choices.
Even I remembered the old 4-channel days.
But I bet you don't remember the old 1-channel days.
No.
I do.
No.
As a matter of fact, and I could be wrong, maybe there were 2 in the beginning, I don't recall. But we didn't have our TV yet. As a little tiny kid in Rochester, New York, and the kid down the block, his parents had a TV set. So every afternoon at 5:30, I believe it was, I'd go down there. We watch Howdy Doody. Oh, I can't. Howdy Doody. And, what are you laughing about? All kids watched Howdy Doody.
Sure, of course.
You had to do your civic duty and watch Howdy Doody. At any rate, I think it was preceded by the test pattern. There weren't like shows on all day like it is now. Or like it has been for a long time. It wasn't 24/7 like our engineering department magnificently gets on the air sometimes. But there were just shows that came on, and the test pattern would be on. You know, the one with the Indian head on it. We've been through all of that crap about the test pattern.
Yeah.
And 5:30, hey kids, what time is it? It's Howdy Doody time. And that would be a very exciting point in my day, you know?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
He was no Chuck Zink.
Who's that? Howdy Doody?
Yeah,
How about
he was no
Mr. Bluster?
Chuck.
He wasn't too bad.
Who?
10:56, man. I'll tell you, we're moving to that last half-hour segment before the big bomb gets dropped.
Sports Radio 560.
Oh my God. It's Steve in Miami town at 560 WQAM.
Oh yeah! Come on! Listen to me. He wakes up in the morning. He's still drumming his back. He couldn't tell the work of art from a hole in his crack. The stuff that's wild and woolly, they count on Jesse to do it. 'Cause judging you's a dirty job and he's the man to do it. Judging you is a dirty job. Judging you is just Jesse's job. He'll put you through the ringer and hang you out to die. He'll kick you out of business 'cause he's a right-wing guy. He'll break your heart to pieces, but first he's got to go through it. 'Cause judging you's a dirty job and it gets him off to do it. Judging you is a dirty job. Judging you is a dirty job. Judging you is a dirty job. Judging you's a dirty job and Jesse Helms will do it.
Yeah, somebody says the unctuous Jesse Helms. That's a magnificent choice. Thank you very much. Thank you, Pat. Jesse Helms, get his ass on there right away. What a piece of turd. In fact, we can thank Jesse Helms in large part. All of this goody two-shoes word police stuff we got with the FCC. He's the one who really started that big time. Many back in the day. When he decided to get the FCC off their lazy ass and start being the word police, you know? Doing stuff that nobody ever wanted them to do in the first place. Here's an excellent fact, almost as good as Duff's. It says Terry Bowden almost got the perfect genetic code. He almost got brains, almost got personality, almost got height, almost made human. Oh, he's not doing that well yet. That's because most of you must not know Terry Bowden like I do.
Who?
Man, to see him is to say, holy moly, Shazam. Do we want to put Jim Neighbors on here?
Okay. Now, was he a real redneck, or did he just play one on television?
I don't know that old man river. I guess, well, we know he was
yeah,
you know
what
that.
he was for real.
Several of these polls, huh? Yeah, he's been on a lot
yeah.
of polls. But anyway, that's another story. Back in the day, we could talk about that, but we better not. James says, speaking of that, I might be a little behind, but I was just reading a letter on your webpage about American Idol and Elton John saying the voters are racist. What a crock of Schmidt, man. The only people who are racist are Paula and Randy. At this point in the game, they were all amazing singers. That night, the three black girls in the bottom three, and Randy and Paula, did nothing but complain that the country was voting on popularity instead of talent, when they should be congratulating the other four who obviously did better. If you ask me, none of the other four looked like they could ever win a popularity contest any damn way. The whole show has been nothing more than Randy and Paula telling the black people how great they are and telling the white people that they're just all right. That shows the biggest display of racism I've ever seen. It makes me sick. And, oh yeah, Elton John can kiss my fat
rectum
ass, says James. Nice going, James. And maybe he'd like to. 26 minutes and counting. Can we handle the pressure? Will we collapse? Will Duff fall right on the floor in the prostate prostrate? Let's see. Mike says, is golf a sport? John Daly. There's a golfer for you. John Daly. I don't know. Is he the drunk one?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, the drunk one with like 10 ex-wives.
Oh, I see. John Daly. All right, let's get him on there. Oh, yeah. Chris Collinsworth. Man, I despise him. I don't just dislike him. I hate him. Hate him.
Don't know who that is.
He's an ex-Cincinnati Bengal mediocre defensive back who now, of course, is a big mouth on NFL on one of the pregame shows.
He's
Chris Collinsworth. Or no, actually, he does color on the games now. He is just nauseating. Chris Collinsworth and Matthew McConaughey. I don't know who that is. Am I missing something, Josh?
He's an actor.
He's an actor.
He's got a drawl, I guess that qualifies him as the biggest redneck ever.
Oh. He probably ain't really a redneck, though. Huh?
No, I don't think so.
No. Plus, we don't want to have to worry about the spelling, because I'm looking at this spelling. Don't I know Matthew McConaughey?
He's been in stuff.
He was in stuff?
Yeah.
Stuff and such?
And also, he was in Things.
Wouldn't you like to open up a store called Stuff and Such and Things? Yeah.
Stuff and Things.
Stuff and Such. Or just stuff it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT. I got a lot of stuff here, but I'm going to save it for like after all the rating, after we get through that hoopla, because then the audience is gone anyway. The only people who listen very intently are the people in the business. They're all listening right now. Good morning, Tom Jicka, who's not in the business, but, probably write an article about this book, because this is a dividing point. This is a demarcation point in the history of South Florida radio. In fact, this whole last rating period has been a demarcation in the history of radio, period. But especially in like 6 markets where Stern went off the air, because let's face it, like him or not, he had this gigantic, humongous male cume, man. Huge. Gigantic. You got it?
Is it huge?
And they got to go somewhere. They either have to go in the off position, they got to go, how about the Mo and Joe show?
Absolutely.
How about Mojo Radio here in Toronto? By the way, if Captain Knows is listening, I'm sure he is waiting to hear the numbers, because Cheap Channel, they're not going to tell him nothing right away, especially if they suck. And he won't have any excuses now, Mr. Castronova. You won't have no excuses now in the morning. No more Howard. Well, you got one Howard, but that sure ain't no competition. 20 degrees, that means 68. The sun is shining, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's going to be 75 today, man. It is the day of the year. Much too nice. I think what happens if the numbers come out pretty good for us, as soon as I read the number, I'm just going to throw the pages up in the air and just run outside and just love the sunshine. Just kind of like frolic in the sun. WQAM, hello. QAM, not there. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, sir.
Can I add a woman to the list?
Sure.
How about Dolly Parton?
Dolly Parton is magnificent. I'm
I'd
surprised
like
you
to
took
see
this
her
long.
under the beaded curtain as well.
Okay. We got any Dolly Parton for the beaded curtain or not?
No, she's never shown them.
She's never shown those things.
No.
Dolly Parton's a good choice, though. Let's see. I'd like to rescind my previous vote for Toby and change it to Tommy Mama's Boy Bowden. No, his name isn't Tommy. It's Terry Bowden. You don't even have the right name. A potential suggestion for a future poll, says Bob, if it's not already been run, who has the worst hair? Oh, that's good. We've done hair. Oh, Bob's up in Tallahassee. My apologies, Bob. I'm so sorry for you. Worst hair. That's good. We've done worst hair piece, but we're talking about people with real hair.
Worst
so
hair.
we got to cross Mo out. Well,
we could make it all-inclusive. Just
all-inclusive.
hair.
That's good. We don't want to leave Mo out, do we? No.
Absolutely
not. He's got Donald Trump, Don King, Kramer, Jimmy Johnson, and Mo. Okay, I'll put that in my poll pile. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Huh? The
What
worst
else would
hair. That will kill tomorrow's poll, and then you're on your own.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
No, I got big plans for next week.
Which of these people best fits the description of the ultimate redneck? George W. Bush, 71. We're going to smoke them out of their holes. Dead or alive, we're going to get them. Toby Keith, 29. Bring it on. Bobby Bowden, 13. Jeff Foxworthy, 11. Dale Earnhardt Jr., 10. No relation to Walter Ross Jr. Billy Bob Thornton, 9. Stone Cold Steve Austin, he got 9 already. Richard Petty, 8. Billy Ray Cyrus, 7. Steve Spurrier, 6. Terry Bradshaw, 6. Terry Bowden, he's moving up a little bit. Now he got 5. Terry Bowden. Darrell Waltrip, 3. Andy Griffith, 1. Wayne LaPierre Jr., 1. John Ashcroft, 1. Charlie Pride, 1. John Daly's got 1, and he's drinking it right now. And no votes yet out of 192 for Jimmy Johnson, Bill Frist, Chris Collinsworth, or Dolly Parton yet. But they will. They'll start moving up. 22 minutes to go, man. The pressure is just bursting here. Line 9, WQAM, hello.
You got to put Jerry Glanville on there, man.
Jerry Glanville, good old Black Jerry. There you go. Not black in color, but black in dress. Good. He wears a black dress. Former coach of the New Orleans Saints. Am I correct, Josh? Yes, I am. Am I correct, Josh?
Falcons, too.
Oh, and also the Atlanta Falcons? Jerry Glanville. He's another commentator. He's another one commentates now. If you can't make it as a coach, as a player, commentate. WQAM, hello.
Hey, but I like to add a name on the list.
All right.
All right, I'd like to put Jeremy Shockey, and I got the black redneck, Carl Malone.
I didn't hear the last one. Who is it?
Carl Malone.
Oh, Carl Malone. Okay, thank you. Carl Malone, a black redneck. That's Carl with a K. And Jeremy Shockey, who says all them fags are going to, whatever they're going to do. Yeah, he's a real redneck. I think Mo likes him a lot. 5670560, pound 560. And if he doesn't, I'll just make it up anyway. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about Ted Nugent?
Ted Nugent, real rednecky man.
Okay, thanks.
He probably hangs out. What's that suburb? Taylor, Michigan. That's a suburb of Detroit. That's where a lot of rednecks are in Taylor, Michigan. They got that big, gigantic size, economy-sized jar of Vaseline on top of the TV. I don't know what they're doing with it, but nevertheless, you can guess for yourselves. Back in the day, we might explore that area, but I don't think we're going to do that right now.
It involves pigs.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. In fact, yesterday they were, I don't know what that was all about. Did you see they were shearing a big sheep on CNN?
They were sharing a sheep?
They were shearing a huge sheep, and the sheep said this was the second most fearful moment of his life. WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Charlie Daniels.
Charlie Daniels is excellent, a real rednecky guy if there ever was one.
And one little wish here. May you have a good number and may it be a masculine one.
Thank you so much. There ain't nothing like a good masculine number. Just ask me, I'll tell you. Woo! Man.
What number?
567-0560. Pound 560 on the AT&T. What are we laughing about? We don't know whether to laugh or cry yet.
Whatever.
What about if it's just like flat? You know, if there's nothing. Well, maybe we can be. We can be flat.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something going to happen in the morning. There's going to be like a rejigging of the whole deal here. Unless, of course, it's like that previous couple of trends when all the no-speaking English people get the diaries, in which case it won't make much difference.
Right.
WQAM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett, real rednecky. You can't get too much more rednecky than him. All right, thank you. That whole Key West crowd, man. I don't understand that, dear. You know, all the fags down there in Key West and rednecks. Is that kind of a bizarre combination?
No, not when you think about it. Think about it.
Oh, ride 'em cowboy? 12 minutes after 11 at 560 QAM.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Too young is too young.
About 30, man.
Now all us rednecks sure love incest.
Absolutely.
'Cause sex just ain't as good unless it's family. Because all us rednecks practice incest. Now I'm my only uncle and it worries me. My Aunt Esther took me with her back to her double wide. What a deal, ain't got no wheels, and inside smelled like something died. She kissed my cheek and winked her eye and said, we're all alone in the house. But I got sick when she gave me a kiss, chewing tobacco in her mouth. All us rednecks sure love incest. 'Cause sex just ain't as good unless it's family. Because all us rednecks practice incest. So come meet my new wife, she's my niece. I just got me a farm with horses, chickens, cows, and pigs. A 4x4 that I adore, with tires that are too damn big. The rear window, it has a gun rack, that's where I keep my gun. A rebel flag and my wife in the back. My neck is red from too much sun. All us rednecks sure love incest.
Yes.
'Cause sex just ain't as good unless it's family. Because all us rednecks practice incest. My sister is the one over there with the dirty knees. At reunions it's hard to choose who's got the nicest tooth. And I don't like the way my daddy has been watching me.
Oh my God.
11:18, all the rednecks all the time. Ross Perot, somebody says, that's a good choice. Got to roll up your sleeves and do. Yep. Little redneck from Texas. Wait till you hear. I'm not going to read this now because we got them numbers coming up. Maybe later on. Don't let me forget. Or maybe tomorrow. From the UK Guardian, their beliefs are bonkers, but they're at the heart of power. U.S. Christian fundamentalists are driving Bush's Middle East policy. And the article, the crux of it is, the thrust of it is, that a third of Republicans are believers in Armageddon.
Right.
And the story goes on with a whole song and a dance about Armageddon and it becoming and how it's going to happen. And the Antichrist is on the earth right now walking around.
And you will convert or die, Jew boy.
I beg your pardon?
You will convert or die.
Right. But won't that be great? Because the rapture's coming. Don't tell John Ashcroft about it.
I got a rupture coming.
5670560, maybe at 11:30. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got somebody for your poll.
All right.
Hank Williams Jr.
Hank Williams Jr., man, he's picking it.
Yes, sir.
Thought it was
all right.
All right.
Thank you so much. Hank Williams Jr., you got it? Could put Hank Williams Sr., but he's got a date right now. Yeah. All them country singers, they're all a bunch of rednecks. All them hillbillies. See, the people in the Deep South probably ought to be very upset about this whole rednecky thing. And something to stop it right now. No, seriously, I look at like good times as to blacks, as to like hee-haw no shows were to Southerners.
Right.
See what I'm saying? They create this ugly, nasty stereotype. Although in the case of Southerners, it happens generally speaking to be true. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I know what you
Y'all come back now. Y'all come back to 2-egg. Daniel Carver. Who the hell is that?
No idea.
It says Daniel Carver. Do you know who that is?
Never heard of him.
I'm asking Josh now.
No, I don't.
Daniel Carver. Maybe we'll have to look that up. I'll put it on there anyway. Somebody must know who that is.
Washington Carver.
Maybe it's Danny Glover. Although he don't seem too rednecky to me. 5670560. Pound 560 on the AT&T line. We're 10 minutes away. I think we've done magnificently well to keep on an even Howard kill so far. Which of these people best fits the description, the ultimate redneck? George W. Bush, 91. You can't touch him. Toby Keith, 34. Bobby Boughton, 20. Jeff Foxworthy, 16. Billy Bob Thornton, 11. Terry Bradshaw and Dale Earnhardt Jr., 10 apiece. Richard Petty, 9. Stone Cold Steve Austin, 9. Billy Ray Cyrus, 9 for old Billy Ray. Terry Bowden's moving up. I told you, he's moving up real slowly but deliberately. Steve Spurrier's also got 8. Darrell Waltrip, 4. Jesse Helms, 4. John Ashcroft, 2. Charlie Pride's got a pair. Jerry Glanville's got a 2, the black man. Why did he always do that? What was the deal with him? That was his trademark. Always dressed in black. Black shirt, black pants, black eye. Jeremy Shockey, 2. Charlie Daniels, 2. John Daly, 2. And 1 apiece for Andy Griffith, Dolly Parton. She's only got 1 now. Jimmy Johnson, 1. Wayne LaPierre Jr.'s got 1, because nobody knows who he is. And no votes for Carl Malone, Bill Frist, Ted Nugent, Chris Collinsworth, Jimmy Buffett, Matthew McConaughey. We didn't want him on there, but that's okay. Ross Perot or Hank Williams Jr. out of 259. All the rednecks, all the time. That's the USA. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that Daniel Carver is the past president of the Ku Klux Klan from a long time ago. He's been on the Howard Stern as a regular for a while.
Oh. Speaking of Ku Klux Klan, go ahead.
Yeah. Next, I got one. How about Billy Carter?
Billy Carter was good?
Don't forget, Willie T. Ribs.
Billy Carter's good. He was a real sir. I can't say that no more.
Well, it says Carver called in movie reviews on the Howard Stern show.
Wow. 8 minutes and counting. Speaking of Howard Stern, speaking of the ratings coming out, speaking of
all of these things.
Right. The pressure that's building on the South Florida radio market, or I should say, what's left of it. After Clear Channel just is devastated, not just with the Stern dropping, but I mean, they've dropped a big bomb, man. Even Mo never dropped a bomb quite like this. Remember Mo dropping a bomb? We ought to probably play that a few times today. They'll close some time.
And by the way, to the losers on Cloudy Channel.
Yeah.
The gimmick didn't work.
Oh. Anyway, it's not even worth listening to, you know. But better watch it. Payback's a bitch. It's coming. It's coming. Right. He had nothing to do with any of that, of course, but it's coming.
Of course.
WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. I think the fundamentalists have already found a figure in Osama bin Laden to get things rolling.
Okay.
Anyway, that's it.
Okay, thanks. Osama, your mama. Well, the article suggests maybe even Walmart, and it says if that's the case, then they would agree. Because it wants to radio tag its stock, thereby exposing humankind to the mark of the beast. Oh, this article is really good. In fact, I might just have to go ahead and put it on our website for later on today, or maybe tomorrow. Whatever. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
5670560. Look for the QM van noon till 1 today at Bill Usury Motors at 300 Almeria Avenue in Coral Gables. You know where that is?
Never heard of it.
I never heard of it either. Almeria Avenue in Gables. Stop by to pick up a pair of tickets to see the Marlin and Dodger game next Tuesday, courtesy of the Real Yellow Pages from Bell South. I bet you Miguel will be there.
Okay.
Well, he don't need to be there today because you got Muff and Clarence both. They're going to be racing in with the Pages from the... Oh, it's going to be quite a scene. Get your gas mask on because I have a feeling either way, no matter what happens, there are going to be a lot of aromas in the air. WQAM, hello.
Hey, can you still play the Mickey Mouse thing with I know?
Yeah, sure.
You can play that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can still play it. WQAM, hello. That sounded like the Hiapally guy, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that guy took my the
Thunder?
Billy Carter one, but
Right.
Billy Carter, that's the first face that I saw when you said the typical redneck was Billy
Well,
Carter.
let me ask you this. How about Jimmy Carter?
Yeah,
He's
he's
exactly
pretty
a big
redneck
city
too,
slicker.
I'd
Yeah,
say.
Jimmy
I got
Carter
them
would be
both
good.
down.
Right.
How about Jerry Jones?
Jerry Jones is fabulous. Boy, do I hate his guts.
I hate
Man.
him too.
Every
Redneck.
time Dallas loses, I just squeeze myself. I get so excited.
And Sam Elliott's kind of redneck too.
A little bit.
All right, that's all I got, Neil.
Thanks, Pally.
See
Quit
ya.
while you're ahead. See ya. Sam Elliott, Jerry Jones, owner of the Dallas Cowboys. Those Cowboys, man, they're going to turn it around, man. You know what? They did kind of turn it around.
Turn what around?
Rectum.
5670560. That's, of course, after Troy Aikman was safely gone from the team. Pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I don't believe any of them rumors about Troy, do I?
Yes.
Oh?
Troy Stratford?
WQM, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Let me say it again. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
All right.
Hey, I think the Mad Dog's a little rednecky sometimes.
He's a little on the rednecky side, but he's from Solon, Ohio, so what do you expect, you know? And we don't want to put the Mad Dog on there. We don't want to trash the Mad Dog, do we? No way. Yeah, he tends to be a little on the rednecky side. That's just an act. He's a real sophisticated city slicker. Don't let him fool you for a moment. All that crap about the green lizards and all of the bull crap and all, yeah. That's all just it's a jock thing, you know, just like his support of President Bush. Don't believe that for 1 second. 26 past 11 at 560 WQM. We are coming to that moment, and in fact, my sphincter has just tightened ever so slightly. I don't know if we can still say that. I bet you that Muff and Clarence, as they're squirming in their chairs right now, they're squirming in their seats, their sphincters are tightening ever so gradually. Don't you think? And of course, in Duff's case, 26 after 11 at 560 WQM. Mother's Day is right around the corner. If you're looking for a really great gift for Mom to show her just how creative and thoughtful you can be, send her a Vermont teddy bear made just for her, like the Mama's Boy bear with heart-shaped mom tattoo, or the new Mom for President bear. A friendly bear counselor is going to take your call right now at 1-800-829-BEAR and help you tailor a bear just for your mom, your wife, or grandma, or all of the above. They've got over 100 bears, each handcrafted in Vermont and guaranteed for life, delivered with free gourmet candy and a gift card. Dad, it's your job to get a gift from the kids, and the Mother and Cub set is a perfect idea because you can choose any number of cubs and personalize each one with its own different name. Sending a Vermont teddy bear is the creative alternative to sending flowers, which are dead in just a matter of hours, and she'll keep that little bear forever. Call 1-800-829-BEAR or shop online at vermontteddybear.com. Be sure and tell them that Neil told you to call 1-800-829-BEAR.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Comic Jeff Oxworthy has finally gotten a new act. That's right. He's changed his name and has a brand new CD. It's Jafar Foxworthy's You Might Be an Infidel.
How y'all doing? You know, where I live, we know how to spot an infidel. If your car and your house both have a roof, you might be an infidel.
Jafar Foxworthy's You Might Be an Infidel is taking Middle Eastern countries by storm with weapons of massively funny material.
If you've ever seen a woman's ankles in public, you might be an infidel.
He's more hilarious than the former Iraqi Minister of Information. He's Jafar Foxworthy.
If newscasters don't have to practice pronouncing your name, you might be an infidel. If you've never stolen a 5,000-year-old relic from a national museum, you might be an infidel.
You Might Be an Infidel, the new comedy CD from Jafar Foxworthy. Available at the 60-foot deep crater that used to be the Baghdad Best Buy.
All right.
Well, it's when I say 11:32, I don't see any numbers coming over yet.
No, I don't see anybody either.
Nobody's come running in yet?
No.
Oh, my God, you have to be kidding me.
Well, I'm not.
Well, what are we going to do now?
Wait.
Time's up. Oh, look at that.
What?
Do you think the U.S. made a mistake getting involved with the war in Iraq? 24% in March said yes, now 48%, and not a mistake, 46%. In fact, CNN had a poll on this morning, and I don't know the exact number, I probably shouldn't say it, but it was astonishing. Should the U.S. withdraw all of its troops immediately? I think it was like 57% said yes and 36% said no. How do you like that? I hear something coming over the machine.
Well, it ain't that.
How do you know that?
Oh, I don't know, unless they're faxing them to you direct.
Well, did you send it?
No.
Well, maybe they're sending it direct from another machine, huh?
Oh, my gosh.
No. What is this?
Just swill.
How about a poll of... Oh, gee, that's bad. Don't be doing that. Don't be giving me like a false alarm. My God. Let's try it again. No?
No.
Damn it. Okay, well, we'll just continue. I just can't wait to see the 12 plus is what we get first, which is like everybody who listens. Little kids over the age of 12, teenagers, people over the age of 100, which nobody wants, old people like me. But it's going to be really interesting to see WBGG and the other cheap channel stations too, whether the South Florida people really woke up and made a statement. And sure, we'd like to benefit some from it. We'd like to benefit a lot as much as we can, but that's not the point. The point is, you got a chance to make a statement, and we'll see if they did or not. The Rush people, I don't think will go anywhere. It's like a religion. Line 9, WQAM, hello. Not there. I thought Line 9 was like a religion. They never hung up. Didn't you think?
I thought so.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, how's it hanging?
Pretty good, Pally.
Hey, Lydia, this Channel 10's got to get some extra wide-angle cameras. I heard that Paul Castrohomo is going to be doing Sports Jam Live with Mandich next year. What do you think about that?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
That is, this guy is the radio whore, gives a new mention.
I wonder whose material he's going to be using on that show.
Oh, yeah, I heard some guy call the other day, and he said, how come you use the old Neil's same words back in the day, hey, Pally, all that stuff, and he hung up on him.
Thanks for the spy report, Pally. Good job. Castronova, that'll be, like I said, the monkey is off his fat back. He'll have no excuses, no mo. Well, I'm up against Howard Stern, well, that was a point.
Right.
Other than the fact that, Paul and old Ron, their show sucked and they used everybody else's material. But now it's going to be interesting to see if Zeta goes zooming up there or not. I'm waiting still. Did you fax me something else?
Yeah, but not the numbers.
Why not? Where are they?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Jeez. Stu says, this crackdown on shows like yours is not about cleaning up anything. It's politics. Anyone that's been targeted by the Republicans know exactly what's going on. They've cut overtime pay, neglected military payouts, fought the minimum wage, and worst of all, thrown good people into prison. Example, Tommy Chong. Thank you, says Stu. Well, Stu, what can I tell you? Thank you, Stu. What are we going to do without Stu? Just sit here and stew, huh?
In our own juices.
Right. 56705. Let's take a look at how that poll's coming. I'm stalling a little bit here because usually when it gets to be that magic moment, they come racing in with a whole pile, But maybe they're like falling all over each other, run into each other, or maybe they have some kind of a technical glitch over there, That wouldn't be the first time.
That would be bad.
That would be really bad after this big build-up. I don't think we could emotionally handle it. We'd have to, take off right now. Just leave some dead air till 2 o'clock.
Oh, there's Duff.
There's Duff. Is he smiling or frowning?
I don't know.
Is he got a big smile on his puss?
He says, we look good.
We look good. Well, we're not asking that. Jeez. Did he say it to Josh?
No,
Josh, if I were you, I'd slip out of there real quiet and just, the back exit there, I'd go right down them stairs.
12 plus coming at you.
12 plus is coming out. We look good. We look good. How do you like that? In fact, let me make a little bit of prediction right now. I don't want to get carried away, but something. All right?
We're not something. Can I tell him what you just told me, Duff?
Something.
The middays look good. The middays look good.
Oh, the middays look good. Oh, well, that's all. That's all we care about immediately. We would like to see everybody on the station do great because we get extra bonus money. Plus, we like most of the people on the station, don't we?
Absolutely.
In fact, we like just about all of the people on the station. We wish them nothing but the very best because we're team players.
We promote
everybody. I beg your pardon?
I said we like Mo, Stubham.
Oh, that's bad, ain't it? Yeah. Okay, we'll see. You said it's coming by. I hear like little squealing. And I got my fax machine there, man. It's all greased up, and I got a ton of paper in there, and I got that new thing in there. What is it called? The new drum. I'm beating on it right now, that new drum. Just like Gene Krupa. But I do feel a little bit out of the lupa. Boy, this is, did he say chalupa again? Okay, let me take a call or two and wait for this. Wait, can't do it. Can't do it. Here we go. I heard the first page starting to like...
Oh my God.
Oh! Okay. Oh my God well, wait a minute. Now let me just take a look back, okay? 12 plus, they actually went up a little CMQ-FM. Holy moly, you know what this is? That's what it is. In the fall book, well, I don't know what they had in the fall book. I don't go that far. Oh, yeah, I do right here. A 5 point.
Oh!
This is 12 plus. And now in the winter book, they got a 6 point.
Oh!
Oh, man. All that hoochie-coochie stuff. It's the Celia Cruz factor coming home to roost again. Power, they got to be, a kid Scurvy has got to be jumping up and down in the hall, man. He might attack Duff. Or the other way around. Power, 4.6, number 4 in the fall. They went up to 5.5. They're number 2. We're number 2 at Power. This is 12 plus. Keep in mind, we aren't going to be anywhere in the first couple of pages here. But I will tell you this, the number to beat, the target is to beat a 2-1 for the entire station. IOD, 2.8 to a 3.2. That's not a good thing to see. QAM, 2.6 in the fall, 2.1 in the winter. That's bad. That is not good to see at all. That is not a good thing to see. 2.6 to a 2.1. Holy moly. Well, we had a 2.1 in the last trend, too, so that means we're flat. Somebody somewhere is not getting the job done on this radio station, okay? You know what I'm saying? Could be us.
Who? Could be. Not according to Duff.
Well, what did Duff say? Did he say we done good?
He said we look good.
Let's take a look. Huh?
He said we look good, and by we he means this show.
Well, maybe he was talking in French. Maybe he just said oui, which you can't say that anymore, by the way, Duff. Don't say oui. Hot 105, number 1. They were tied with Radio Amor last time, but now they went from a 5.2 to a 6.6. This is in the morning, Persons 12 plus, Hot 105. Radio Amor dropping down. Maybe they actually found some people who speak English, but I don't think so. 5.2 to a 4.8. CMQ-FM from a 3.5 in the morning to a 4.7. From number 13 to number 3. I want an investigation. Don't you?
Sure, why not?
Don't you? Now let's see if we can find 12 plus. Who else do we care about? Where's WBGG in the morning? Where is WBGG? From a 4.3 to a 2.7. From 4th to 18th. That's not as bad as it should be. You know what?
No, I said 1.5.
Although we don't have the monthlies yet. When we extrapolate the monthlies in a few days, then you'll see what they did in March. It's going to be a big point something. It is going to be catastrophic. I don't see Zeta on here, do you?
Well, I
realize 12 plus isn't their demo any more than it is ours, but I don't see nothing. Oh, look at that. 2.8 to a 2.8. So I don't understand, Paul and old Ron. Howard's off for a month of this deal, and you guys ain't going nowhere. At least not in the overall. Boy, the pages are just piling up here, man. I got piles from looking at this. Now, midday. So let's see. Did we see what Mo had yet here in the morning? Or did I not do that yet?
I don't think
Excuse us for doing this on the air. It's very embarrassing. 2.4 to a 1.8. Oh, my God. That morning show just blows, man. Wow. Holy moly. Midday. Look at that. 12 plus. IOD went from a 3.6 to a 4.1 from book to book. They're moving on up, so they're not punishing the clear channel station. That's obvious. No chance. CMQ-FM 6.3 to a 7.5 in midday, 12 plus. That's bad. That is brutal. QAM 3.0 to a 3.5. And let's see, in the last, that ain't good because we had in the last trend, I think we had a 3, I don't know what we had. What do we have, George?
I don't remember.
A 3.4. So we'll see when this all shuffles out, okay? Where I'm shuffling all these pages right now. We'll see what the afternoon did. Then we'll get the real demographics, the living and breathing people, not the alta cockers like me. And then we'll see. Then we'll see who's going to be on the air tomorrow.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. WQAM.
Mackinac. This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're listening to the Hockey Authority, Neil God.
And another thing, you would have listened to me, you would have been a big star by now. You with that little thick, squeak voice, how do you expect to get anywhere, you little puny puke? We say puke? I don't even
What's that? The 3,500 white. The more I hear you.
Yeah, what about it?
The more I hate you.
What do I care?
And when I'm near you, I wanna die. Your pecorino, toenail cheese aroma puts me in a coma and points my eye.
Why, I ought to smack you. There, see? I know my smell attracts you. But unlike Zach, you've still got a job. I feel just like that you are my kid brother. And one yiddy to another. That's why you're still not fired. Doi, 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 doi. Doi, 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 doi. Doi, 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 doi. Our morning show can put you in a coma.
Absolutely.
Can't wait till it's over. All right, that's enough.
It's 11:47. Look at this overall. Men 2554, WQAM, number 2. How do you like that?
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. You sound very depressed.
No, it's more impressive than that. Once we extrapolate it.
What does that mean?
Our midday number.
2554?
Right.
It hasn't come across yet. Don't tell me.
It's on its way. I'm not going to tell you nothing.
That would be bad to spoil it for me. So obviously we didn't quite make CMQ-FM, right?
Well, it's so
Don't say it. It's very close. It's nip and tuck. It's nose to nose. I see that Mo, by the way, blows. I mean, can I say that? Look at the mornings in men, 25 to 54. That's our key target demographic. 4.8 in the fall rating book, and now a 4.2. Giving new meaning to the word fall. Oh, we got it. What are you talking about? This is a miracle. Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? We got it, man. This is a miracle. I'll declare it right now. Right. I'll make the declaration. This is one of the great miracles in the history of mankind.
We're number one, damn it!
Oh, you just played that. I did do the break at 40, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't cross it out because I'm busy doing all this other stuff over here, you know, with my crack staff, which I don't have. WCMQ-FM in midday had a 7.9 share, an astronomical number. WQAM midday 10 to 3 had a 7.8, which means from 10 to 2. And, of course, that all depends on what we see what that number is in the afternoon, right?
Right.
And since you already know what the number is in the afternoon, but you're just not telling me. Don't you already know? Oh, look at that. Number 1 with a 6.1. But it looks like, no sweat, right?
Right. Well, I don't have a copy anymore, so I can't read along with you.
Well, it doesn't make any difference, because all we need is like a fraction there to eke out a win over CMQ-FM.
Right. We always go up at least half a point. I told Duff we at least half a point in the extrapolation.
In the extrapolations, that's right. So I think it's safe to say...
We're number one, damn it!
IOD went from a 4.8 to a 6.4. So anybody with the idea that they're punishing the cheap channel stations, they sure is. I told you they wouldn't. They won't do it. And although, of course, quite frankly, how much of a crossover is there between the people who listen to Howard Stern and IOD, for example? How many people?
About 30, man.
Hey, you want these 18 to 34s I'm faxing over right now?
Sure, I want it all, man. I want it all. I want my hands on it. I'm just pretty darn shocked, and so should the Duff ought to be running around squeezing Clarence's parts right about now, and probably is. Wouldn't you think? Now, what about the afternoon? Number 1.
Right.
So, number 1 in midday, number 1 in the afternoon. Morning, though, number 7, dropping from a tie for 4th to number 7. Precipitous drop. Oh, boy, is all I can say.
I guess the Howard people didn't go there.
Yeah, we thought that some of the Howard people might go to our Howard. Now, here's a guy that says, a faxer, could you please give us the most important rating number for nights on Magic 102.7? Mr. Tom Caminiti was unceremoniously blown out, hosted the 7 to midnight shift for 10 years. I hope that the holes of Jefferson Pilot and Mr. Bob Hamilton have the worst book, and they contact some filthy, painful jock itch for the treatment of Mr. Caminiti. Thank you, sir. You the man. And, of course, this is probably from Tom himself, wouldn't you think?
No, he was not that kind of guy.
He isn't?
No, he's
Oh, that's right. He used to work with us.
He's a friend of ours.
He's a good guy.
Right.
So, again, another reason to hate Bob Hamilton and those class holes over there at Magic 102.7. We like our buddy Ricky Ticky Shaw, and for his sake, we hope he's okay, you know what I mean? But other than that, so nights, this guy wants to hear 2554. That's their, well, we got men, okay? I don't know about persons. Men, 2554. Magic, bad news, from a 3-point to a 4.1. From 15th to number 8. I have no idea when Tom Kennedy got blown out over there, what month it was. It said we don't have the monthlies and won't have for a couple of more days. But they went up, actually, at night. Magic 102.7. How do you like that? So, we're just doing the best we can. I feel like we've pulled off a major miracle here, you know it? The station, in spite of a precipitous drop in a morning show, rhymes with mow and blow.
Absolutely.
We still, between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m., do a magnificent job, if you ask us, as we pat ourselves on the back and say,
We're number one, damn it!
Except in the morning and after 7 at night. And that's the Panthers. Oh, I never mentioned what the Panthers had. You don't want to know.
Well, I don't care.
I can tell you in 12 plus what they had. I already looked that up as I'm looking on the 85th page for this one, for this number. We went from a 1.8 in the fall, which is also Panthers, to a 0.8 at night in 12 plus. In other words, nobody listens to Panther hockey on the radio. Sorry about that. Now, men 2554, 3.5 in the fall, 2.3 at night. So the night times took a dump, the mornings took a dump, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. We're just fine. We're fine.
Oh, we're fine.
Wow.
See.
Well, that's okay. Now let me see what about the thing here? We got all carried away with us. Look at that. Big 106. They were number one in the fall with a 10.1 share, and now Howard's gone 1 month of this book, and they're down to number 2 with a 6.1. They dropped 4 full rating points. And again, keep in mind, that's just with March out of this.
Right.
When January and February disappear, so are they going to do the same thing. Now, you'd think with Stern gone for a month, you'd think Paul and Old Ron might pick up a little more, and they picked up a little, 4.8, tied for 4th to 5.1, number 5 in the morning. Nothing to write home about, if you ask me. I mean, we went from what did we do? I can't find it. You stole it. We went from a 5.8 to a 7.8.
I'll give it back.
A 5.8 in the fall when we got really screwed badly to a 7.8 men 25.54. So where did the audience in the morning go? CMQ-FM went zooming up to number 1. Big took a big dump. Hot 105, 5.5 to a 6.0. Radio Ritmo, 4.2 to a 5.4. WXDJ. Is there anybody speaks English?
No.
Jesus, K Christ. Magic in the morning, 3.4 to a 3.7. WEDR, 3.837, they're flat. WIOD, 3.1 to a 3.5. Men in Black, 2.7 to a 3.1. So this whole business about, we're going to boycott the Clear Channel stations, that is not happening at all.
Who's we?
The audience, the South Florida people who are pissed off. They don't care. If they like the music, if they like the show, they'll listen. RFX in the morning, Fox Sports, 0.7 to an 0.5.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Holy moly. Proving that half a point is better than none.
Oh, they can do better. They can get a 0.3.
Remember that old saying, half a loaf, half a point is better than none? I bet you there's going to be more than half a loaf over there today, but that's another story. No, look at this. Midday 1.5 to a 2.7. They're moving up big time in middays. That's where they're starting to really inch ahead. We're in big trouble now. You know it?
Yeah.
They're making the big move on Fox Sports in the midday. It must be Romy. All the homies listen to Romy now. And what about Fox in the afternoon? 0.5 to a 1.
Oh!
So they're starting to make a little bit of that's just enough to give Greg a little twitch in his bowels, you know? Just enough to make his anus start quaking a little bit.
Can we say that? Oh, it wasn't on the list.
No, anus. 567 0560 pound. See how we get totally thrown off our appointed rounds with this crap?
Yeah, but it's fun.
Oh, I know it's important to us. It's what we live and die by, and everybody else in the industry, too. 18 to 34. Do they want to know this? We sure don't. 6 a.m. to midnight. Power from a 9.5 to a 12.2. Kid Curry's got to be dancing in the halls right now, probably with pictures of Anna Squeak's ass. EDR, 8.3 up to a 9.6. They're number 2. MIV, Men in Black, 7.9 to a 9.4. There's the punishment of Clear Channel. Oh, yeah. They should live so long. The audience in South Florida, you people have got no shame. 5.6 to a 5.8 Y100. That's another one. Went up. All our stations went up. Hot 105, 5.3 stayed flat. That's a Cox station. Party Radio, 5.9 down to a 4.7, another Cox station. Radio Romancia stayed flat. The Coast, 4.2 to a 4.1, a Cox station. Radio Ritmo, 2.2 up to a 4.0. Does anybody speak English anymore in that town?
Okay.
WXDJ, a 3.7 up to a 4.
Oh!
Man. Zeta, look at this, 18 to 34. 50 to a 37. That's not really their demo, is it? They're a 2554
No,
station.
Fossil Rockers.
I beg your pardon?
They got more aged rockers. I mean,
More aged?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so there's the deal. Now, what about 18 to 34 in the morning? I guess we need to look at the Big 106 because Howard had humongous numbers there. 18 to 34. Let me see if I can find it in the 6 to 10 a.m. before we do this break. Power 96. Where the hell are they?
8-1 to a 4-5.
Oh, my God. They went from number 1 to a tie for number 8 in just 1 month of Howard being off the air. 8-1 to a 4-5. And when the next trend comes out, Big 106 is going to be teeny and tiny.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. WQAM.
Neil? God?
Push you.
We got plenty of jobs out there. What are you talking about? I'm the boy king, and I'm ordering you to believe what I say. We got jobs. I got one. How come you don't? Jeez. Well, I don't have to read the paper since I control the news. It's good to have a bad economy. That's what the old man said to me. Go to India and you'll find the jobless rate ain't very high. Treat right along, time can teach the stupid slob.
Who was appointed by God? Got the job now, I don't got a job. Got the job now, I don't got a job. Push you. Got the job now, I don't got a job. Push you. Got the job now, I don't got a job.
12:02 at 560 WQAM. Don't forget that QAM fan right now till 1 o'clock. It's Bill Usury Motors.
Wait. What is it? Usury? We got a correction on that. What is it, Josh?
Usury.
Usury.
Usury?
No, that's what you Jews do. It's usury.
Us and yous? Them and these?
Those.
Bill Motors at 300 Almeria Avenue, Coral Gables. Stop by to pick up a pair of tickets to see the Marlins and Dodgers game next Tuesday, courtesy of the Real Yellow Pages from Bell South. At Bill Usury Motors, excuse me. Anyway, did Duff come breathlessly running in here and tell you what we did in the month of March in men 2554?
No.
10.2?
Wow.
And we still might not be number one because I'm looking in the afternoon and CMQ-FM doesn't really do very good in afternoon drive compared to the rest of the day. So they might actually, the 2 to 3 hour, do worse than whatever. See what I'm saying?
I still feel confident.
You do?
Yeah, why not?
It'll be really tight. We'll have to wait for the extrapolations. Anyway, there was something really... at 18 to 34, for some strange reason, our audience just vanished, the whole station.
Yeah, no youngsters.
18 to 34, they all went away with their tail between their legs, pissed off and fired up. Maybe it's the Howard Stern factor. You think that could be it?
We had nothing to do with that.
I know that, but maybe they just buried their radios. Maybe they stuck them in the bottom of the pool like I told them to do. I don't know. They all vanished. 5670560. Let's get back to business here, okay? Let's quit with all this falter over these ratings. Quit patting ourselves on the back. Quit beating up on poor Mo. What is it you're sending me now as these pages just keep pouring across here?
Persons, 2554.
Oh, what is it?
Persons.
Why are you sending me that?
So that you know how many women we got.
I know how many women we got.
About 30, man.
Nothing. Don't waste any more of my paper. Holy moly, the pages are just pouring across here. They had to chop down a bunch of whole redwoods in California and ship it up here to get all this paper. The biggest, ultimate redneck of them all, George W. Bush, 132, Toby Keith, 41. Bobby Bowden, 32. Jeff Foxworthy, 24. Terry Bowden's moving up nicely. You go, boy, 21. Steve Spurrier, 19. Dale Earnhardt Jr., 15. Richard Petty, 15. Billy Bob Thornton, 15. Terry Bradshaw, 14. Charlie Daniels, 12. Stone Cold Steve Austin, 10. Billy Ray Cyrus, 9. Billy Carter, 9. Jesse Helms, 8. John Ashcroft, 8. John Daly, 8. And then drank, and 8 and drank. Hank Williams Jr., 7. Daniel Carver, 7. Ted Nugent, 7. Charlie's Pride, 4. Darrell Waltrip, 4. Dolly Parton, 3. And the rest, forget about that. Dolly Parton's got 3.
One's on the back.
I see. Oh, you're still sending this stuff, are you?
Oh, I'm not going to pull them out of the machine now.
Oh, my God. Persons 2554. This is pathetic.
Add them to your collection.
Oh, I don't want to add them now. I've run out of staples for crying out loud. I may have to order some
more
of them expensive office supplies. Really get them Beasleys all bent out of shape. What do we got here in the morning? Persons, let's see, 2-6 to a 2-3. Oh, my God, Mo. Well, we don't know if it's Mo or Joe, you know what? I don't want to be picking on Mo because we don't know. We don't have the extrapolation yet.
We don't Mo.
We don't know no Mo. I'll guarantee in midday we got nothing. In fact, based on the way I see it, we don't have any women. We have no women. Okay?
Yeah.
Persons 2554, you'll see. Oh, I see. Fourth, now we got a 0.8 in women. We got a 7.8 in men. We got a 0.8 in women. Although that's up from a 3.1 to a 4.3 in the persons 2554. Well, we don't really care about that. Listen, if the ladies got no sense of humor out there, if they're uptight, if they're too busy watching Jerry Springer and Oprah and Christina and all this other cockery, that's up to them, okay? We can't be bothered with that. We're doing the best we can under difficult circumstances. Where they make believe we had a 10.2 share in March in men. Not too shabby, eh?
We'll take it.
And still might not make number one if that CMQ thing screws us up.
Nah.
I think they should pay the full bonus just on the principle, no matter what the final number is, just because we came so close. Like a hair's breadth away, right?
Right. And that number 2 for station, don't forget.
And then that's thanks to us.
Right.
Thanks to us and a Mad Dog and a Humper. All the rest of you people that might be siphoning off some bonus money because of the overall station performance, you can kiss our fat asses, okay? Man, talk about get out the old chapstick.
Mine's a little more spotty than fat.
I see. I'm thinking more of me and the Humper. 5670560. If you don't stop sending these pages, I may just disconnect my fax machine. I may go on strike. WQAM, hello. QAM. See, why would I expect them to be there? Because I keep rambling and rambling. We've been a half an hour here of Mr. Rambling, you know? Let's get back to the important crap.
Stop rambling, man.
Okay. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Mr. Rogers?
Yes, sir.
Hey, nice to hear you're still on the airwaves. I got a poll for your rednecks.
Yep.
Timothy McVeigh?
Tim McVeigh, as rednecky as they come.
Yes. And what about the guy who founded Wendy's? What's his name?
Dave Thomas.
That's him. That's him.
He was a redneck?
Yes, he was. He was very south. Very southern.
Okay,
put
thanks.
Those guys on the poll.
Thanks, Pally. Okay, we'll put Tim McVeigh on there. He won't see him no more. Or Dave Thomas when you come right down to it. I never thought, just because he was driving him NASCAR, in them spots.
Please.
Is that what it takes to be rednecky, is to drive a car?
I guess to that guy, anybody in the South lives in the South.
Yeah, but he didn't quite get it. He said he was very Southern. Okay, now I do realize, I sympathize with where he's coming from because it tends to, a lot of people from the South tend to be really, really, really rednecky. Although I think Tony Cigaretto is from the South. He went to UM. He's been down there. Now, there is a guy, you wouldn't call him a redneck. I mean, a jackass, a fool, a clown, yes. But a redneck, no. See?
Right.
I mean, Josh, where the hell were you born?
L.A.
Oh, in L.A., yeah, but for how long?
I moved before I was 1, so.
For like 5 minutes, but he's been in Florida for like almost his entire life for the last 10 years. And, so you don't consider him, well, a little bit.
What, rednecky?
A little on the rednecky side, yeah.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
stickers.
Duff said he was a little rednecky on the side. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Well, we breathe a sigh of relief. I guess everything came out pretty good. Big is vanishing from the globe, but we might as well take that thing off about the Clear Channel and logos we got on there.
Yeah.
Get those off of there, Eric, whenever you get around to it, because it's wasted time. This business, well, the people are going to rise up and they're going to punish you. Yeah, no, they're not. Well, they just aren't. They just aren't going to do it.
They don't
Every
care.
one of their stations went up as a way of saying, oh, thanks for getting that filthy Howard Stern off the air. WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
got another woman for your poll there. She fits the redneck perfectly. Red hair and cross-eyes, Reba.
Reba
McEntire.
Reba McEntire. And a while ago, somebody had an idea for a poll using advertising mascots for food,
Right.
and you guys never did it. I think that'd be a good poll to use next week.
Well, what would the question be?
What?
What would the question be?
Who's your favorite food?
Oh, favorite mascot.
Yeah, for food or whatever. You can use like Mattress Giant or whatever.
Right. Okay, thanks. There you go, George. Here's one for next week. Who's your favorite food thing?
Okay.
Person, character, Tony the Tiger.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, okay. We'll do something like that.
I mean, how many of those are there?
About 30, man.
Well, that should be enough. I sure hope you're through sending me stuff.
No, I'm sending you more stuff, but it's
No!
It's good stuff. It's not. It's good.
What is it?
Surprise. It's some extrapolations.
Well, we can't do the hour-by-hour extrapolations because that won't for a couple of days.
It's just it's what
You'll
we got.
have to email me all of those results. What is it?
You wanted that monthly big number for one thing?
Yeah. Well, I just gave it to you. I know what it is.
Okay.
Oh, the big number. I thought you meant our big number.
No, not that big number. The other big number.
And what is it?
1.8. So I said 1.5. So I was.
And what
close.
demographic is that?
18 plus men.
18 plus men. They went to a 1.8 in March, and they're on the way. They're vanishing. Big 106 will vanish from the face of the earth. See, not as forceful as in San Diego when they went from an 8.9 in February to a 0.7 in March. See, those people really put their feet down. And the same thing happened everywhere else when they went off there. Not in South Florida, though. We're a little on the slow side, okay? Well, we'll get around to it. We're pretty darn fired up and pissed off, but we'll get around to it one of these days. And really, that's okay. We're just pleased as punch with what we did,
Yeah.
In fact, I think we ought to adopt a new attitude. Screw everybody else. We're for us. And Mad Dog and Hank. Right?
Yeah, what else are you going to do?
Well, Mo and Joe.
Mojo.
Gotta get the mojo working. 12 minutes past noon at 5. Did Greg come in here and pat you on the head and say, great job, boys? He didn't do that?
No.
Well, why the hell not?
He's busy. He's got other stations to run.
Well, Power 96 went through the roof. That should make him happy. I don't know about Kiss because I don't look at Kiss because I don't have my finger in my nose, although it would fit in with our poll today. How did Kiss do?
Well, take a look.
Let's just take a random look here. Morning, 6 to 10 a.m. WKIS.
What's their target demo?
3333. They're flat as a Aunt Jemima pancake, man. They ain't going nowhere.
They go for persons, right?
They do?
I don't know.
Men 2554. Persons, my ass. Kiss 4.2 out of a 3.9 in midday. They're flat. They're down a little bit. They're not going nowhere. Okay, especially with those stupid gimmicks. Oh, we're changing the format. Yeah, right. That's an act of desperation by a desperate radio station because as the trailer parks keep vanishing, so does their audience. Just like as the English language people keep moving out of town. Well, 12 minutes after noon at 560 WQM. Let's face it, you've been hearing me talk about Fast Train for a very long time. Probably wondered if it makes sense for you and maybe changing your life in a very positive way. The facts are simple. If you have the dedication, Fast Train can provide you with the necessary training to help you achieve your new high-paying computer career in just 4 short months. Think about it. In just 4 short months, you can be on your way. Fast Train's got day, night, and weekend classes and financial assistance for people who qualify. Once you complete those classes, Fast Train will even help you out in obtaining a new computer job. So what's not to like? It's really just that easy. If you're tired of moving your feet and not going anywhere, if your life is like on a treadmill, this could be the answer you've been looking for. Fast Train's got 7 South Florida locations, so there's bound to be one nearby you. They're in Pembroke Pines, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and Kendall. Give them a call, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Check them out on the web if you like at fasttrain.com, but then make that call that can give you a big fat paycheck and a real life. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. Do it today.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. WQAM.
Jumped in a taxi cab, I said, driver, Central Park. He looked at me so quizzically, I could tell he was in the dark. So I acted out my park charade, and with my arms the trees I made. Nobody speaks English anymore. I went down to Miami Beach where the weather is nice and sunny. I walked into a liquor store, but the guy there talks real funny. I asked him for a pint of Old Jim Beam. He says, no entiendo. What does that mean? Nobody speaks English anymore. At the corner deli. Hell, I think I'm in Pakistan. Speak English, smelly. Or you can go back to Iran. I came here many years ago. Learned my ABCs. I don't say muchas gracias. I say pretty please. So get yourself to a classroom quick. You're in America now. Stop making me sick. Nobody speaks English anymore.
Club 18 at 560 WQAM. So I think I made a mistake here. I was adding the men 18-plus numbers together with 2554. See what I'm saying? And extrapolating the wrong numbers.
Okay.
So we did good in March, but not like what I thought. But at any rate. So Duff sends me them numbers, and congratulations, and thanks for you. And here's Clarence. Congratulations, says Clarence. We're number 2, damn it. Isn't that cute? Little Clarence there. We're number 2, and he takes all the credit.
He was going to write another word in there, but I told him we weren't allowed to say it.
Okay. I'm sure he was. I just want to give you this, and this is not sour grapes. We're delighted with where we are, but WCMQ-FM, okay? Speaking of nobody speaking English, their QM actually went down from the fall book. Their average quarter hours, though, went from number 1 of 6.6 to number 1 of 7.9, a precipitous increase. And why, you might ask? Because their length of listenership went from 7 hours and 15 minutes a week to 9 hours and 50 minutes a week. They're number 1 in that, which means it's become like a religion.
Boy, they must play some real good music.
And yet, every time we've been inquiring, what do they play on WCMQ-FM? Well, Latin oldies, yeah, but what artist? Well, nobody seems to know. It's the biggest mystery in town, like Francisco Arruca. Same thing. Nobody knows the trouble we've seen. So that length of listenership really just kind of scratched my head and my ass when I take a look at that. But that's okay. We'll see how it plays out, how it falls out. It's going to be nip and tuck, nose to nose, when the whole thing lays out.
I think we got it. I just consulted my
astrologer. You consulted whom?
My astrologer.
I see. Oh, Walter Mercado? He's Puerto Rican. WQAM, hello.
Yes, I was wondering what I wanted to request somebody for your poll.
Yes.
Marge Schott.
Marge Schott.
And my parents were from the Cincinnati area, so that area is such a hellhole. Cincinnati is.
Yes, it is. Right-wing nose pickers. You got it.
Oh, my God, you're not kidding. Thank you, Neil.
Thank you. Have a great day. Marge, she ought to be shot. Now, didn't she croak here recently? Yeah, I think she did. I think Marge Schott is dead.
All right.
I believe. And if not, probably ought to be. What a nasty bitch. 5670560 pound. In fact, owners of teams, generally speaking, don't very often tend to be nice people. Now, we certainly do love Jeffrey Lurie and David Sampson. Now, it was kind of like a slow-starting love affair. But nevertheless, I'm sure that South Florida just enchanted with them. John Henry, he was a real crack hole. And then we had Wayne, of course. I mean, talk about a class hole. There's the ultimate name. Steinbrenner. See what I mean? Mm-hmm. Most of the owners of teams generally tend not to be really like... what about Art Modell? There's another one for you, Josh. Sold the city of Cleveland down the river, made up a bunch of stories how much money he was losing, then took his team and turned into a raving maniac in Baltimore. Art Modell, despised by all in Cleveland. They'd probably like to hang his ass in effigy. Or maybe for real. WQAM, hello.
Yes, I'd like to give a name for the poll.
Yes, sir?
You're taking it now?
I beg your pardon?
Yes, Imus in the morning.
Imus in the morning, okay, is a real rednecky guy. You got it. A good one. Imus in the morning, man. He is just ponderous with that cowboy hat and his brother Fred on the ranch. My God, it's time to buy the farm, Imus.
Imus is so
looks like he already did.
What's better than a live radio show every morning on TV? Well, just about anything.
Right. Man, we watch that just for amusement's sake. Every morning I'll flip it on for a couple of minutes, and then George and I will listen and confabulate and laugh and cackle and puke and just shake our heads in amazement how a dead man can be propped up in that chair, snapping at that gum, you know.
Yeah.
And just like that. You can't, maybe 1 out of 10 words you can understand what he's saying.
On a good day.
The I-Man. WQAM, hello.
Yes, hey, how you doing?
Yes, sir, good.
I got one for your poll. I don't think anybody's thought of it yet. The ultimate redneck, Strom Thurmond.
Strom Thurmond, I'll be danged. I bet you he's on there, though. Unless we forgot to put him on. I don't remember reading his name, do you?
I don't remember.
I don't remember reading his name. Now, somebody said that right at the start of the show, and I think that it might slip right through Josh's fingers.
Hey, guess what?
So. Huh?
Guess what? Marge Schott is dead.
I just got through saying that. Marge Schott is dead.
She died just recently.
Right. That's why it's fresh in my mind. You think if she died a while ago, old fool like me, remember that? You're dreaming.
March the 2nd.
Of what, this year?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good news. Strom Thurmond, he's also dead. And I don't see him on that poll. We better get him on right away. That was an oversight on Josh's part, I'm sure.
Yeah, let's blame him.
Who else was it?
I don't know. Yehudi.
Menuhin? Poll, growing doubts on Iraq. I can't imagine why. 1 year after the declared end of major combat in Iraq, Americans have new doubts about the war and doubts about what the Bush administration has said about it. Just 32%, the lowest number ever, say Iraq was a threat that required immediate military action a year ago. Oh, I know why the Men 18 Plus wasn't so great, because 18 to 34, the whole station took a just dive. That was the deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to stick that in there, but it just dawned on me like a little light bulb hit up my head. Less than half, 47% now say the U.S. did the right thing by taking military action in Iraq. Lowest support recorded in CBS polls since the war began. There are growing concerns about the long-term impact of the war. Now 41% think the war increased the threat of terrorism against the U.S. 71% of the administration say the administration policies have worsened the U.S. image in the Arab world. No Schmidt. The continued intensity in the fighting in Iraq surprised many Americans, and Americans believe it also surprised the Bush administration. 44% say the fighting there has been harder than they personally expected. 67% say it's been harder than the administration expected. Nearly half say the war in Iraq was a mistake, a finding similar to the public's assessment of the Vietnam War as measured by the Gallup poll in 1968. How do you like that? And that number is increasing every minute of every day. The public's assessments of the Bush administration decision-making before and after the war are also negative. 7 in 10 don't believe the administration claims that the decision to war was made in March 2003 and say the Bush administration had decided to go to war earlier than that. 70% and 61% believe the administration did not try hard enough to reach a diplomatic solution before going to war in Iraq, a reversal of the public belief last year during the war. For now, only 31% believe the administration has a clear plan to turn over power in Iraq. 32% say it has a clear plan to rebuild the country. In other words, 1/3 say that. You turd. And the rest are onto them now. That sounds promising. I'll tell you what else sounds promising, too. Well, maybe. What? The Congressional Black Caucus hopes to arrange a meeting soon with Ralph Nader to try to persuade him to abandon his independent run for the White House.
I saw that story
chairman told the National Press Club. I beg your pardon?
I saw that story on NeilRogers.com.
We're very much concerned about Ralph Nader, said Representative Elijah E. Cummings, a Baltimore Democrat. The fact is that we're worried that it'll take votes away from our Democratic candidate, Senator John Kerry. Cummings said that New York Representative Charles B. Rangel, one of 39 Democrats who make up the caucus, had asked him to set up a meeting with Nader. Kevin Zisi, a Nader spokesman, said the campaign had not received the request. Nader's maintained that he will not withdraw his candidacy, saying that he would disappoint those voters he's asking for support. But the good news is he has yet to qualify for any state ballot. They're just all out there. Oh, Ralph, would you please run? You can just hear that chorus of a person screaming out there, and then it turns out he's talking to himself. Just cut the crap, Nader. Cut the ego trip, okay? There are too many crucial things happening in the world today. We can't afford. We have no time for ego trips for silly old men like Ralph Nader and Ellis Rubin. 26 past noon at 560 WQAM. If your feet are aching, maybe you need some new shoes, okay? You want to go to a great place to buy because you want to get the top quality, best prices always, and of course people know what they're slapping on your feet. That's why you'll shop at Brandy's Shoes of Pompano if you're smart. They've been around a long time. At Brandy's, you'll find top-quality names and shoes like Rockports, Florsheim, SAS, Sperry, Timberland, Naturalizer, lots more. All the top names in men's and women's shoes. And with Brandy's humongous selection, chances are you can just about bet your life on it. Well, exactly the shoe you're looking for, the style, the whole deal, in your size is sitting on the shelf right now, ready to slap on your feet. Find out why most of Brandy's customers not only keep coming back, but usually buy several pair on each visit. Brandy's open daily 9 till 9, Sundays 10 to 5. You'll find them at 1290. North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. It's always worth a trip from anywheres. And don't forget, this week it's the final week of Brandy's SAS sale. Buy the first pair at the regular price and get the second pair at half price. How can you beat that? Come into the store or check them on the web at brandysshoes.com.
Your Sports Radio 560 QAM.
This is John Kerry, and I hope you'll join me in approving this ad.
Well, Mr. President, have you ever made any mistakes?
Yeah, Have you had enough of this?
The Almighty spoke to me. Said, George, I'm not Morgan Freeman.
Are you sick and tired of being embarrassed by a semi-functional retard?
Hey, Bandar, want to see our top secret plans? Right in here.
I have the ability to pronounce big words and can actually string a sentence together. Now, the President and I may have went to the same school, but I at least attended class long enough to learn something. I have a silver star and 3 purple hearts, as opposed to Bush, who can't spell purple. And one thing further, I don't mind bearing a strong resemblance to Fred Gwynn. After all, Herman Munster was a really nice man with genuine family values. That's why I would appreciate your vote for president, because I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it.
This campaign ad we'd like to see was paid for by Citizens United for Democrats to drop a pair of BBs.
Crop 31 at 560. Oh, there they go. Just in time, too. Now let's see. Mornings, persons 2554. I'm looking now. What did Big do there? Man, 6.7 to a 3.9 from number 2 to number 9. And I'm looking for Zeta, 3.7 to a 3.5. They actually went down. They went down. With the month of Stern being out of the mix. How do you like that?
How can that be?
How could that be unless that show really blows, unless people are tired of hearing everybody else's material, including ours, rehashed over and over again? Holy moly, Paul and old Ron. It's getting really kind of stale, like last year's matzah, man. Give it a rest. Here's a fax from James. Says Zach Thomas of the Dolphins is the number one redneck of... Oh, no, wait a minute. That's one. And another one, the number one of all time has to be baseball player Randy Johnson. Well, we'll put them both on there. Zach Thomas, he's real rednecky. It says, when defining a redneck, you should choose the person you can picture walking around barefoot, drinking a Miller High Life out of the can, and screaming at his wife for his turkey pot pie while watching NASCAR in his trailer. And for me, Randy Johnson fits that perfect. He's like 6'8", got scraggly, greasy hair, and is generally dirty looking, and his neck is actually red. How do you like that? He's a real redneck. Zach Thomas, Randy Johnson, get him on. All the rednecks all the time. We apologize profusely, don't we, for wasting all of that time on ratings and everything, don't we do? No. It's important stuff, man. Now, I would say, as I kind of like take a breath here, and that thing about the 18 to 34 men, I hope that, well, they don't. What do they know? That's the reason that they really shouldn't panic so much about the men 18 plus thing, which that don't mean anything anyway. But the 18 to 34 really distorts those numbers, because even IOD also, they just vanished. It's like 18 to 34 people just took their AM radios and just Schmidt canned them. Maybe they just followed my advice. Huh? I've been telling them that. And maybe they listened too carefully. I don't know. But we don't really, that's not the big deal. As a matter of fact, if that's the case, then like 35 to 54, we must have gone through the roof. We must have had a humongous, gigantic, throbbing 35 to 54 number. Because 18 to 34 includes 25 to 34. You following my... I realize I'm throwing a lot of numbers out. That's to throw you people off the chase, Throw you off balance. Whatever it is, we'll take it. 5670560. I'm seeing the dollar signs right now. Looks pretty interesting. Looks fine to me, okay? Just give us the money.
Oh, we're fine.
And we'll take it, right?
Right.
Even George getting a little bonus. Probably Josh has got a big bonus in there, too, waiting for him, right? An envelope. Huh? He's got a few bucks coming.
Sure. About 30, man.
And, of course, if you and Eric ever get all your problems straightened out, we can, But that's another story, another battle going on. We've had a whole series of these. First it was Beaner Boy and Eric.
Oh, yeah.
And there was the World and Eric, he's just that kind of a guy, He's just kind of a little bit of a hard ass. A big hard ass. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. But he does wonderful work. Thanks for getting those books up there on our website, Eric. Nice job. But Josh is getting pretty porked off at you. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I want to speak to Neil.
Yes, sir, speaking.
Hey, how about David Duke for the Ultimate Red?
Oh, an excellent choice. How could we overlook him, the Duke?
The Duke of Hazzard.
I wasn't able to listen earlier. How bad did Big fall?
How bad did they fall? Like, just imagine you're on top of the Empire State Building, and you jump from the top floor, and you're just about ready to hit the bottom. That's about where they are right now.
Good news. All right,
and well deserved. Thanks, Pally. Well deserved. Big 106, man. Won't see them no more. They're like Paulie and the Godfather. Won't see them no more. Right?
Right.
In fact, I think, don't we have that thing? Yeah, we got that.
Oh, Paulie won't see him no more.
Oh, man, the Clemenza. He was one of my favorite. Always like those big fat guys. You're not going to relate to them. Like Cannon.
Right.
Frank Cannon. William Conrad.
Dom DeLuise.
Clemenza. Dom DeLuise. And, of course, don't forget you're the only one that knows what the guy's name is.
Richie Caron.
Yeah, the actor who said...
Get the honey, Junior.
Just for us, called in on our show special and said...
Get the honey, Junior.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't say it in the movie.
No, it's not a line from the movie, but it's close to it. When he was sitting there and when they were all sitting around and their eyes were starting to bulge out of their heads with the locks. In fact, I'm surprised he didn't eat the locks, maybe a little cream cheese.
I like Lobschenkugel.
If you haven't seen the movie Fatso, please, if you want to have a few laughs, and maybe just cry a little bit too.
Even if you're not fat.
Yeah, even if you're not fat.
You know somebody that's fat.
Well, no, because most people are not fat. They like to laugh at us fat people. So go ahead, have a good laugh at my expense. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Neil.
Yes, I am.
Neil, how about John Rocker?
John Rocker, man, they don't come much more rednecky than him.
Absolutely.
That inspired me. I got a whole bunch of stuff to play now.
Can we play the bit?
Yeah, we can.
All right.
Thanks, Pally. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too, Neil.
Bye-bye. Joel John Rocker, man. We can play that one. We got a whole bunch. How many John Rocker bits we got?
About 30, man.
Yeah, including the one where he starts sounding like the Queen and Prince Charles there.
Yumo?
Absolutely.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I got one for you.
Yeah.
Glenn Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
He's pretty rednecky, ain't he?
I'm proud of it.
Glenn Campbell. Down, 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 down. Yeah, he's a nose picker, I guarantee you that. What? What?
I just remember that drunk picture of him.
Yeah. Well, he was on Biography Channel the other night, but the only problem is that it was done, the show was done before he had that little incident. Yeah, before he had that episode. And they talked about how he's been dry for at least 3 or 4 days, all this other crap. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. We're looking for the most definitive redneck in the history of the human race. George W. Bush, 148. The ultimate redneck. Toby Keith, 44. Bobby Bowden, 41. It runs in the family. Jeff Foxworthy, 25. Steve Spurrier, 24. Terry Bowden's still at 21. Come on now. Billy Bob Thornton, 19. Richard Petty, 18. Dale Earnhardt Jr., 16. Daniel Carver, 16. Billy Carter, 16. Carter and Carver. That's what he said he's going to do. If he ever catches her, he's going to carve her. Terry Bradshaw, 15. Ted Nugent, 15. Charlie Daniels, 14. Jesse Helms, 13. Billy Ray Cyrus, 12. Cold Stone Steve Austin's got 11. 10 for Hank Williams Jr. and John Ashcroft. John Daly, 9. Have another one, John. Come on. Darrell Waltrip, 6. Jeremy Shockey, 4. Jerry Glanville, 4. Charlie Pride got 4. Dolly Parton, 3. Tim McVeigh, 3. Jimmy Carter, 2. Bill Frist, 2. Jimmy Johnson's just got a small pair. Strom Thurmond, 2. Andy Griffith, 2. Carl Malone, 2. And it's downhill from there. Wayne LaPierre Jr., the head honcho of the NRA, he ain't got it. I said he has a chat show.
Oh.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Yeah, his first guest was Chuck Heston. And the first thing out of his mouth was,
"You son of a bitch."
Yeah, that's when he saw the Michael Moore movie again. I wonder if he actually ever saw the movie and saw what a jackass they made out of him in that movie. I sure hope so.
I bet you not.
I sure hope it makes his Alzheimer's progress many, many years ahead.
Oh, stop picking on that poor old man.
Yeah, silly old man with a gun. That's a dangerous thing, man. Silly old man with a gun. In fact, he probably ought to be on there, but nobody to vote for him because nobody really perceives him as a redneck because he ain't like a southern kind of redneck.
Hey, guns aren't for just rednecks, you know.
Oh, I forgot.
For all right-wingers.
20 till 1 at 560 WQAM. Mother's Day is right around the corner. If you're looking for a gift for Mom to show her how you really care and how creative and thoughtful you can be, send her a Vermont teddy bear made just for her, specific, like the Mama's Boy bear with a heart-shaped Mom tattoo, or the new Mom for President Bear. Not a bad idea. A friendly bear counselor is waiting to take your call at 1-800-829-BEAR and help you tailor a bear just for your mom, wife, or grandmother. They've got over 100 bears, each handcrafted in Vermont and guaranteed for life, delivered with free gourmet candy and a gift card, too. And, Dad, it's your job to get a gift from the kids, and the Mother and Cub set is perfect. Choose any number of cubs and personalize each with a name. Sending a Vermont teddy bear is the creative, the smart alternative to sending flowers, and she'll keep hanging on to this forever, and the bear, too. Call 1-800-829-BEAR or shop online at VermontTeddyBear.com. Tell them that Ancient Neil told you to call. Something really smart this year, something she'll appreciate. Call 1-800-829-BEAR.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Voices for this week's episode were recorded in Mexico.
March, I'm home. I want a cerveza. Oh, I mean beer.
Sorry, homie, but there is no more beer in the refrigerator.
Oh, stupid refrigerator.
Ay, caramba, don't have a cow, man.
Bart, why can't you be more nice like your sister, Lisa?
Gracias, padre. Does that mean I can finally have a pony?
Lisa, honey, we can't afford a pony.
How about a little donkey? You know, a burro.
Move, Lisa. Don't you know a little donkey is called a burrito?
Burrito. Tune in next week when all the Simpsons voices will be outsourced to India.
Smithers, who is being that man in Sector C?
Oh, that is being Homer Simpson.
This is being excellent.
Look at this. Here's a fax from Ed in Coral Springs who says CMQ has an old, well-liked, funny guy named Guillermo Alvarez Guedes, who's on from noon to 2, with a mix of good jokes, old and new music that's captivated old and young listeners. You may remember Guillermo by his multiple LPs of jokes, of which I collected most. Tough competitor for your show at that slot, says Ed in Coral Springs.
Okay.
How many English-speaking people like Ed do you think are, which I don't think Ed is, you know, how many English-speaking people do you think are listening to CMQ?
None.
About 30, man.
Huh?
None.
How many people do you think know who Guillermo Alvarez Guedes is?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, he's big.
Josh, you know who that is?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
No wonder Eric's got a real problem with your ass. 567. Now, back in the day, I might elaborate on that, but I better not. 567-0560, pound 560 says something about Duff. That would be bad. George W. Bush, 151, Toby Keith, 45. There ain't no contest. It's the redneck in chief, maybe. That's what we got. Of course, we had Jimmy Carter. He was rednecky. We had Lyndon Johnson. He was real rednecky. Also got us into a real bad war. What other rednecky presidents? Well, Harry Truman wasn't rednecky. He was a farmer from Kansas.
Right.
Real plain-spoken farmer. Give him hell, Harry.
Down home.
A Hamish kind of a guy.
Hamish.
WQAM, hello.
Tanya Harding.
WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Was that Jeff Kalubi?
Strom Thurmond.
Strom Thurmond, he's on there, pal. He's still dead and he's on there. Just relax, okay? And quit shouting so much. Man. What's this fax here from Michelle? FYI on Daniel Carver. He is one of Howard Stern's regulars. His specialty is being in the KKK. I think he's a Grand Dragon or something like that. You're called to keep him on. What?
Huh? You're called to keep him on.
Oh. Well, why, I don't know what that means. I mean, what do I care? Put him on there. If people want to vote for him, it's a free country, okay?
A redneck in the KKK? I don't believe it.
He's infiltrating.
He's a spy.
Right. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless. How long before we get Baba Booey on there? It'll probably be next hour.
Is he a redneck too?
He will be. WQAM, hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, it's the underwater caller.
All right.
I love those. My favorite.
All right.
The best.
Okay. Long.
WQAM, they won't be there in line one, I guarantee you. QAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. How are you doing?
Told you. Yes, sir. How are you?
Okay. I have a pair for your pull. How about Willie Nelson or Roy Clark?
Oh, two very fine ones.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, and have a great day. Willie Nelson and Roy Clark, all them country people, man, they're all a bunch of rednecky, nose-picking. I bet you Willie Nelson hasn't bathed in at least many, many years.
About 30, man.
At least. And Roy Clark. Now, Roy Clark's a good old boy. Right?
Yeah, he is a good old boy.
He ain't never stole a freight train.
Good sense of humor.
Could have put Johnny Cash on there because he's dead and he can't fight back, but... Huh?
He don't qualify. I mean,
what do you mean by that?
We're going to put every country and western singer on here?
Sure, Marty Robbins. Just because he's dead, that means we can't put him on in the pole position? What's wrong with you? Marty Robbins, I love that song. Columbia Records. A white sport coat and a pink carnation. He's all dressed up for the dance. Probably the square dance. I sure hope it ain't the gay square dance. Can we play that anymore? No.
I interviewed Marty Robbins.
Oh, not even. We can play like a little bit. Huh?
Did I tell you I interviewed him once, Marty Robbins?
Who's that?
On tape. We had these canned interviews when I was a DJ, and we'd had to edit our own voices into the interview. And
yeah.
So I interviewed him after he was dead. Got a lot of calls that day. Marty
Robbins?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be damned.
A lot of people called in. Wondering, how can that be?
Riding along.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was riding along. That's what he said.
Why can't we play that bit?
That's enough. We can play that. We just did play that.
Got a great big zipper.
That's as far as we're going. And that's as far as you're going, except maybe to that door that leads to the exit. If you don't cut the crap right now. Their beliefs are bonkers, but they're at the heart of power. This is just enough to make you gag. U.S. Christian fundamentalists are driving Bush's Middle East policy. To understand what's happening in the Middle East, you must first understand what's happening in Texas. Speaking of rednecks. To understand what's happening there, you should read the resolutions passed at the state's Republican Party conventions last month. Take a look, for example, at the decisions made in Harris County, which covers much of Houston. The delegates began by nodding through a few uncontroversial matters. Homosexuality is contrary to the truths ordained by God. Any mechanism to process, license, record, register, or monitor the ownership of guns should be repealed. Income tax, inheritance tax, capital gains tax, and corporation tax should be abolished. Immigrants should be deterred by electric fences. Thus fortified, they turned to the real issue, the affairs of a small state 7,000 miles away. It was then, according to a participant, that the screaming and near fistfights began. I don't know what the original motion said, but apparently it was watered down significantly as a result of the shouting match. The motion they adopted stated that Israel has an undivided claim to Jerusalem and the West Bank, that Arab states should be pressured to absorb refugees from Palestine, and that Israel should do whatever it wishes in seeking to eliminate terrorism. Good to see that the extremists didn't prevail then. But why should all of this be such pressing interest to the people of a state which is seldom celebrated for its fascination with foreign affairs? The explanation is slowly becoming familiar to us, but we still have some difficulty in taking it seriously, says the UK Guardian, George Monbiot, whatever his name is, some frog. In the United States, several million people have succumbed to an extraordinary delusion. In the 19th century, two immigrant preachers cobbled together a series of unrelated passages from the Bible to create what appears to be a consistent narrative. Jesus will return to earth when certain preconditions have been met. The first of these was the establishment of the State of Israel. The next involves Israel's occupation of the rest of its biblical lands, most of the Middle East, and the rebuilding of the third temple on the site now occupied by the Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa mosques. The legions of the Antichrist will then be deployed against Israel, and their war will lead to a final showdown in the Valley of Armageddon. The Jews will either burn or convert to Christianity, and the Messiah will return to earth. What makes this story so appealing to Christian fundamentalists is that before the big battle begins, all true believers, i.e. those who believe what they believe, will be lifted out of their clothes and wafted up to heaven during an event called the rapture. Not only do the worthy get to sit at the right hand of God, but they'll be able to watch from the best seats their political and religious opponents being devoured by boils, sores, locusts, and frogs during the 7 years of tribulation which follow. The true believers are now seeking to bring all of this about. This means staggering confrontations at the old temple site. In 2003, U.S. Christians were deported for trying to blow up the mosque there, sponsoring Jewish settlements in the occupied territories, demanding ever more U.S. support for Israel, and seeking to provoke a final battle with the Muslim world axis of evil United Nations, European Union, France, or whoever the legions of the Antichrist turn out to be. The believers are convinced that they'll soon be rewarded for their efforts. The Antichrist is apparently walking among us in the guise of Kofi Annan, Javier Solana, Yasser Arafat, or more plausibly, Silvio Berlusconi. The Walmart Corporation is also a candidate, in my view a very good one, because it wants to radio tag its stock, thereby exposing humankind to the mark of the beast. By clicking on RaptureReady.com, you can discover how close you might be to flying out of your pajamas. The infidels among us should take note that the Rapture Index currently stands at 144, just 1 point below the critical threshold, beyond which the sky will be filled with floating nudists. Beast government, wild weather, and Israel are all trading at the maximum 5 points. The EU is debating its constitution. There was a freak hurricane in the South Atlantic. Hamas has sworn to avenge the killing of all its leaders, but the second coming is currently being delayed by an unfortunate decline in drug abuse among teenagers and a weak showing by the Antichrist, both of which score only 2. We can laugh at these people, but we should not dismiss them. That their beliefs are bonkers does not mean that they're marginal. American pollsters believe that 15 to 18% of U.S. voters belong to churches or movements which subscribe to these teachings. A survey in 1999 suggested that this figure included 33% of Republicans. The best-selling contemporary books in the U.S. are the 12 volumes of the Left Behind series, which provided what is usually described as a fictionalized account of the rapture. This apparently distinguishes it from the other one, with plenty of dripping details about what will happen to the rest of us. The people who believe all this don't believe it just for a little. For them, it's a matter of life, eternal, and death. And among them are some of the most powerful men in America. John Ashcroft, the Attorney General, is a true believer. So are several prominent senators in the House, and the House Majority Leader, Tom DeLay. Mr. DeLay, who's also the co-author of the marvelously named DeLay Doolittle Amendment, postponing campaign financing reforms, traveled to Israel last year to tell the Knesset that there's no middle ground, no moderate position worth taking. So here we have a major political constituency representing much of the current president's core vote in the most powerful nation on earth, which is actively seeking to provoke a new world war. Its members see the invasion of Iraq as a warm-up act, as Revelation maintains that 4 angels, which are bound in the great river Euphrates, will be released to slay the third part of men. They battered down the doors of the White House as soon as its support for Israel wavers. When Bush asked Ariel Sharon to pull his tanks out of Jen in 2002, he received 100,000 angry emails from Christian fundamentalists and never mentioned the matter again. The electoral calculation, crazy as it appears, works like this. Governments stand or fall on domestic issues. For 85% of the U.S. electorate, the Middle East is a foreign issue and therefore of secondary interest when they enter the polling booth. For 15% of the electorate, the Middle East is not just a domestic matter, it's a personal one. If the president fails to start a conflagration there, his core voters don't get to sit at the right hand of God. Bush, in other words, stands to lose fewer votes by encouraging Israeli aggression than he stands to lose by restraining it. He would be mad to listen to these people. He would also be mad not to.
Wow.
How do you like that?
Of course I knew all that.
We're on the road to Armageddon, baby. We got that road map in our hand right now. Let's take a detour before it's too freaking late.
No.
Oh. Well, how about just like pull off to the side of the road and kind of let things cool off a while? Sounds good.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. WQAM.
It's Scott Burrell. And when I'm up in Boca Chica slapping old women with painted lips around the pool, I listen to the Neil Rogers 1 to 2 hours. I listen to the Neil Rogers Fair and Balanced 1 to 2 hours. Whoa.
Yeah. What happened to that?
He lives in Atlanta, outside of Savannah, and he's a bigot, that's no shocker.
I think it's an active.
Threatening reporters, disobeying orders. Everybody hates John Rocker. Hey now, he's a redneck, he's a brain check, sicko. Hey now, he's a big mouth, living down south. Hip go, twitching, fidgeting free. He should be committed by next week. I think Rocker's mental. His brain is a rental. Maybe he took it from Manson. He should keep his trap shut, or he may get his throat cut. He'll be around as long as Hanson. Hey now, he's a redneck, needs a brain check. Sicko. Hey now, he's a big mouth, living down south. Hey, go, twitching, fidgeting free. He should be committed by next week.
Absolutely. 1 o'clock at 560 WQAM. We got the Mad Dog coming at 2. At 3:30, Marlins on deck. Marlins at the Giants. 4:05 is game time. Hurricane Hotline at 7. You got the big 8 to 10. We apologize in advance. Eddie K 10 to 2. This is kind of cute, this thing you just faxed me.
Yeah, it's cute. It was in the box. I don't know who wrote it.
Kind of, sort of. It says security alert at New York's Kennedy Airport that an individual later discovered to be a public school teacher was arrested trying to board a flight while in possession of a ruler, a protractor, a set square, a slide rule, and a calculator. At a morning press conference, Attorney General John Ashcroft says he believes the man is a member of the notorious Al-Jabra movement. He is being charged by the FBI with carrying weapons of math instruction. Al-Jabra is a fearsome cult, Ashcroft said. They desire average solutions by means and extremes. They sometimes go off on tangents in search of an absolute value. They use secret code names like X and Y and refer to themselves as unknowns, but we've determined they belong to a common denominator of the axis of medieval with coordinates in every country. As the Greek philanderer Isosceles used to say, isosceles as in triangle. When's the last time you said that word?
Testicles.
There are 3 sides to every triangle. Ain't that cute?
Yeah.
Good old isosceles. When asked to comment on the arrest, President Bush said if God had wanted us to have better weapons of math instruction, he would have given us more fingers and toes. Excellent. Not bad.
Not bad.
I give it about a 7.5 on a scale of 8.
And no mention of Pythagoras in here either.
Oh, speaking of that thing I just read moments ago, which ought to give people pause, so to speak. Senate President, this is in Tallahassee, Florida Senate President Jim King apologized to Jewish legislators yesterday after an Orlando minister invoked the name of Jesus Christ in the Senate's opening prayer. Dr. Clayton Clore, senior pastor of the First Baptist Church of Central Florida, gave a lengthy invocation giving thanks for God, the legislature, the nation's military, and the freedom for people to believe in Jesus Christ. Yoshki. Clore, a guest of Senator Daniel Webster, Republican of Winter Garden, concluded by invoking the name of Jesus. Moments later, a frustrated King took the Senate podium and said that ministers who lead the Senate in daily prayer are supposed to deliver a non-denominational blessing. He then reached out to the Senate's 6 Jewish members. To those of you who are offended or feel hurt, I apologize, King said. He said he would underscore the rules because other such lapses had occurred in previous days. Clore could not be reached for comment. When Webster was House Speaker 7 years ago, an opening day prayer by the late Reverend Bill Bright of Orlando, founder of Campus Crusade for Christ, drew criticism after he broke House tradition with several references to Jesus Christ. At the time, Webster said he had no plans to censor prayer. Now he's singing a different tune. How do you like that?
I don't.
See, this is one of the things that I just cannot stand about. It's like the people that put all those things out in the front of their house. He has risen, all of this other crap. If you want to believe it, great. Keep it to yourself, okay? Leave me alone. Don't use your religion as a weapon. Don't beat me over the head with your fairy tales, okay? Or with your fairy.
Good.
I beg your pardon?
It's for your own good.
Yeah, I know. Well, screw it.
They're doing you a favor.
Screw them.
Just relax and take it.
Oh, and speaking of WCMQ-FM, well, I'm sure excited that we have that big midday show to go against now. It's no wonder.
I didn't know that's who was on there.
Yeah. So you believe that? You believe those numbers? You believe that they have a 9 hour and 15 minute length of listenership every week?
It's not just midday. It's all over the place. Not just the 2 hours this
especially mornings and midday. And like they got wired diaries all over the place.
Right.
It's like that ditto, kind of like the Rush Factor again. Oh, and speaking of the Factor, let's just take a look and see how he did. See if this is the book that the O'Reilly Factor is ever going to show up. What time is he on? Is he on the same time as Rush, I believe?
I don't know.
I'm looking here, middays. I see Party Radio ain't going anywhere. They're flat. Flat as a pancake, Disney. Radio Amor dropped a point in midday, and men. RFX, like I said, they're making a move, baby. 1.5 to a 2.7. Look out for them. Radio Romancia dropping. Zeta dropping big time. What am I looking for? We don't even know the call letters. But I'll find it. WNMA, that's Mr. Ego Station, from a 0.9 down to a 0.6. Let's see what kind of a number he had in the morning, men 2554, okay? Maybe Mr. Ego threw a number in there. What do you think?
Let's see.
Yeah. He went from 0 to a 0.9. Whew. Nice going, Steve Areno.
That's almost a whole number.
Huh? No, not a whole. Don't get carried away.
Almost. I said almost.
No. Let's see. WMBM AM. That's Haitian Melodies, 0.3. He didn't show up at all, because isn't it FTL? What is he on? What's the frequency? We don't even know that.
I don't know.
They don't exist. KAT with their classical music has got a 0. Men 2554, they've got the big none. 0. Zippity-doo-dah. Nice move over there, guys. Beauty. A 0. Oh, I know what it is. Is it WJNA AM? Is that it?
No, that's
Bill O'Reilly?
Palm Beach.
I don't know.
Not Palm Beach?
Because that station from a 0.1 to a 0 in midday, men 2554. Look at all the stations that are on the air that nobody's listening to. This is amazing. Just think of all the juice we could save. Shutting some of these babies off of there. Good golly, Miss Molly. WWFEAM, Radio Fe had a 0.2. This is just a bunch of garbage on, man. Too many estaciones, including that CMQ-FM. We got to do something about them. Anyway, getting back to that, Hispanics were twice as likely to be victims of consumer fraud as non-Hispanic whites. The Federal Trade Commission's top fraud expert warned this week. What a surprise, huh? Let's sell some of the magnetic bracelets. And how's Walter Mercado doing? Advertisers in Spanish have tended to assume that no one was watching and no one was doing anything, said Howard Beals. Oh, no.
Howard who?
That's the guy's name, B-E-A-L-E-S.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Oh!
Howard Beals, the director of the FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protection, were trying to change that assumption, he said. Recent frauds, he said, include miraculous weight loss products, too good to be true business opportunities, dietary supplements that cure AIDS, and other incredible deals offered by Spanish-language magazines, TV channels, and newspapers. A 2003 poll of more than 2,000 U.S. consumers by the FTC's Spanish-language media monitoring project determined that Spanish speakers were more likely than other groups to be duped. Manuel Machado, president of the Association of Hispanic Advertising Agencies based in Coral Gables, said his association was aware of the problem and that it makes sure its members refrain from using deceptive practices. Beals said that the FTC had levied 7 complaints in recent months against deceptive Spanish-language ads for products such as weight loss pills and non-existent work-at-home opportunities. One such federal court complaint was filed against American Dream Enterprises. The Miami company offers a weight loss dietary supplement called Fat Seltzer, which when added to water produces bubbles. Ooh. You ever have Fat Seltzer? Let's give some to Fat Rich.
I'll go get some.
The effervescent action combined with Fat Seltzer's ingredients is supposed to lead to permanent weight loss without consumers having to exercise. The FTC complaint, which is pending, says American Dream's claim is scientifically unfeasible. You just got to bubble away your fat. How do you like that? Yeah. Another company, Latin Hut, of San Diego, California, advertised a weight loss patch and a fat absorber dietary supplement, falsely claiming equally magical results according to the FTC. As part of a settlement, a federal court ordered Latin Hut to pay $149,000 in fines. The money will go to Latin Hut customers. Well, thank God that Hispanics are the only ones that fall for for weight loss frauds, right? Right. Likely story. California-based Unicyber Technology Inc. advertised a complete computer system for 3 payments of $199. Instead of delivering the computer at the time of the first payment, Unicyber sent keyboards and parts that are useless without the computer itself, says the FTC. To get the complete computer, buyers had to send in more money, and those who did so, say the FTC, ended up with computers that didn't work. And, of course, by the time they got to that time, they probably hit the border. Probably in Tijuana. Donna and Perfecto Rodriguez of Richmond, Virginia, Perfecto, said they ended up paying Unicyber more than $700 for what turned out to be a 13-inch monitor. The computer they finally received several months later lacked its motherboard. Remember that? Diana said that in Network, speaking of Howard Beale. We hit the motherboard. We were frustrated because the computer was supposed to be a present for the children, said Donna Rodriguez, a stay-at-home mother of 6. Oh, stop reproducing so much, Donna.
I'm telling you.
Man. Last week, a California federal court froze Unicyber's business assets in order for the company to stop making misleading statements to consumers. The case is ongoing. To publicize its concerns, the FTC is launching a multimedia Hispanic law enforcement and outreach initiative offering warnings in Espanol against consumer fraud and advice to state and local police and prosecutors how to pursue cases.
Increíble.
So don't be buying no magnetic bracelets, okay? And don't be sending no money to Walter Mercado. He's a Rican anyway. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. And don't forget about our old good friend there, Bo Griffin.
Oh, yeah.
And Miss Cleo, man.
Hey, she's got her saints.
Which of these people best fits the description of the ultimate redneck? George W. Bush, can't touch him, man. Nobody's close, 161. Toby Keith, 48. Bobby Bowden, 47. Jeff Foxworthy, 26. Steve Spurrier, 25. Terry Bowden, 22. He should be right up there, man. Terry Bradshaw, 21. Billy Bob Thornton, 21. Daniel Carver, 19. He's the only redneck in the clan. Richard Petty, 19. Jesse Helms, 16. Billy Carter, 16. Dale Earnhardt Jr., 16. Stone Cold Steve Austin, 15. Ted Nugent, 15. Charlie Daniels, 14. Billy Ray Cyrus, 13. John Ashcroft, 13. Hank Williams Jr., 11. Hank Goldberg Jr. hadn't hit it yet. John Daly, 9. 7 for Strom Thurmond. Darrell Waltrip, 6. Charlie Pride, 4. Dolly Parton, 4. Jerry Glanville, 4. Did we put, what's his name on there?
What's his name?
From Crossfire.
Pat Buchanan?
No, not Pat Buchanan. The Democrat, the bald-headed one.
Robert Novak?
No.
Wasn't that the,
James Carville.
Didn't
Robert Novak.
That? I thought you just said James Carville.
I just did. I read his number. I must have zoomed by it so fast I didn't even know what I was saying. I just said James Carville. I saw that movie, Gaslight. You're not fooling me.
I thought
I just said James Carville.
Didn't you?
No, he just said Bob Novak. James Carville's got none. I said Jerry Glanville. You better get your Ville straight now, mister, or you will be in big trouble. Okay?
Could have sworn you said it.
Yeah, well, maybe I did say it, but he sure as hell ain't on here. Can you find it? Are you looking for it?
I'm looking for it.
You look for it, Josh. Take a peek for
I'm getting it on there.
It's not on there.
James Carville, and spell it right, V-I-L-L-E, not the Carvel with the ice cream guy. Tom Carvel. He's dead, by the way.
Yeah, I know that.
The guy from McDonald's is dead, Dave Thomas is dead, and the Carvel ice cream guy died.
Colonel
Don't think it's because they got too old. Although Tom Carvel, I think, was pretty old, wasn't he?
Yeah,
About
he was.
40.
He was old when I started watching those spots.
5'6", he looked like Colonel Sanders when you come right down. Didn't he look a little like with a white mustache, the whole deal?
Cookie puss.
Come on, make some real ice cream, will you please, at Carvel? Make something real. It's got some taste to it instead of that bland, that soft serve.
No.
Man, there ain't nothing worse than soft serve, especially on your carpet. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing?
I got one for today's poll, and a major contender that was left off of yesterday.
Okay, go right ahead.
Okay, today's poll, Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah.
Lived in a shack. And yesterday's
I think
poll...
he lived in a sugar shack with Jimmy, whatever his name was. Who did Sugar Shack?
I don't know, but yesterday's poll, can't believe we forgot him. Reggie White.
Oh, yeah, Reggie White with his Scamble soup.
Hey,
Good one.
Speaking of that, can you play that bit?
Sure.
All right. Thanks a lot,
Pally. Have a great day. Well, we got 2 bits here. We got the ballad of Ted Kaczynski, right?
Right. 2 bits. 3 bits.
And we
4
got
bits.
the Scamble soup. We'll play it for you for 2 bits. 113 at 560 WQM. Think about this. For a virtual company to succeed without any storefront locations means beating the competition on every dimension, even the 5th one. That's what Dial Mattress has been doing in South Florida for over 12 years. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll get better prices, better delivery times, better customer service, better everything. Dial Mattress won the 2004 Better Business Bureau Local Torch Award for Excellence because they work harder than anybody else to earn your business before, during, and after the sale, too. When you call 1-800-Mattress and speak with one of their expert vetted consultants, you can rest assured you're getting the best possible mattress going anywhere. Choose from a complete line of Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coil, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns, Bananas, Foster. At 1-800-Mattress, you'll discover that there's never an extra charge for same-day delivery either. Dollar Mattress takes same-day orders all day long from Kendall to Stewart, from Palm Beach to Fort Myers. And don't forget, when you call 1-800-Mattress, you pick the date and 2-hour delivery window you want that mattress delivered, and they actually show up. They're mighty proud of their delivery record. On-time deliveries 99.7% of the time. I'm one of their zillions of satisfied Dollar Mattress customers, and you will be too. So do the smart thing when the old mattress has had it. Just make that one easy phone call, 1-800-Mattress, or log on to mattress.com. Dial a mattress at 1-800-MATTRES, the easiest possible way to get you a great night's sleep for years to come.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. WQAM.
Oh, God.
Reggie White pours Campbell's soup.
There ain't nothing like a hot bowl of soup. Yep. You know, it take me back to a time when my mammy done made the whole neighborhood smell like canned tomatoes. Well, it ain't like that no more with all the new flavors from Campbell's soup, like Jigaboo Stew with chunky rat balls and watermelon pit. And my favorite, cream o' moulet, hog lips with seagull poop to make it juicy. Oh, and you won't be missing lunch at Sambo's no more, 'cause Campbell's soup be good. 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 That's what Campbell's soup be. Good.
I heard some gray areas in there, you know, some gay areas.
Oh, I was on the phone, so I didn't hear anything.
Oh, that ain't gonna count.
Oh, I'm not lying.
That ain't gonna count when Muff comes in there and starts bitching your ass out, and you're the one that's gonna take the fall, not Josh, certainly not me. I mean, I'm sitting here like deliberating on that. You're like the final arbiter of bad taste.
Okay.
Bill in Fort Lauderdale says, who gave Tommy the Quaalude? And George writes on the fax, I don't know, but he's not sharing. Yeah, he sounds like he's on Doggy Downers on that one spot. He's trying to butch up real good, like, yeah. Huh?
I think he had to stretch that spot out. They only gave him 3 words to read, so he had to slow it down.
Oh, he slowed it way down. One where he says, have you just recently gained 1,000 pounds?
Yes.
That Tommy's really butching up, man. Wait till you hear this. The Bush administration is bracing itself for the latest memoir by former insider Joe Wilson, former ambassador, will this week reveal the name of the government official who outed his wife, revealing her identity as a CIA operative in apparent revenge for his role in proving the White House made false claims about Iraq's efforts to develop nuclear weapons. Or is that nuclear?
Work together. But it was, the commissioners will speak for themselves.
Oh, yeah. But in what is increasingly becoming the habit during Mr. Bush's presidency, Mr. Wilson will not make his claims on television, at a press conference, or even in a newspaper column, but between the covers of a must-read book. His memoir, The Politics of Truth, Inside the Lies That Led the War and Betrayed My Wife's CIA Identity, is being published tomorrow. I just can't handle no more books. I just went out and bought 3 more yesterday. I can't deal with it.
Well, I know what I'm getting you for your birthday this year.
What's that?
Real big bookcase.
Tomorrow's going to be a busy day for Mr. Wilson, the former ambassador to several African countries and a member of President Clinton's National Security Council. For while the initial scoop will appear in his book, if precedent is any guide, the revelation will quickly be devoured by all other media, and Mr. Wilson will likely be filling the airwaves in broadcasts that day. This is dependent, of course, on the scoop not being leaked in advance of publication. Mr. Wilson knows the score on this, and yesterday he declined to spill the beans. No, I can't do that, he said. He did, however, reveal that the movie project of the book was not so far advanced that actors have been selected. I will say that if this becomes a movie, I'm happy with that, he added. This is a story people should be told. And amen to that. They should be told. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. If you missed the ratings earlier in the show, we did just fine on QM from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mornings were very, very weak. We don't know yet if it's Mo and Joe or both Mojo. And evenings, it was a Panther Hockey just killed us. A 0.8. Oh! Well, I mean, when you get less than a solid number on this radio station, you have to be putting some real crap on the air, right?
Right. Greg says, good job.
Oh, thanks, Greg. Yeah, we couldn't have done it without you, Greg.
And congrats.
Yeah, couldn't have done it without. Is he there right now?
Yeah. Says it was the billboards. We're discussing where the ratings party is going to be.
Yeah, I love that one that says, listen, that kind of forceful promotion, man. If we'd have just had that 6 years ago, we'd have 20-30 share by now.
Absolutely.
Just take care of that CMQ-FM, okay? We got to take care of that deal. Just like knock their tower. Let's just do something subtle, like knock their tower down, something like that. That's a pile of crap. Okay, what's the guy's name? Guillermo Schwartz? Whatever his name is?
Yes.
Never heard of the guy.
He's all right.
And, well, what if he's only on from noon to 2? What does that explain the rest of the day,
Nothing. Maybe they just think he's on all day.
They what?
Maybe the people.
Or maybe they're just wiring the diaries is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
No.
Which seems to be a very, very favorite kind of thing to do in certain communities. I don't want to say which ones, you know what I mean?
Incredibly.
Yeah. Like WRHC, rest in peace. They used to be a daytime station, and back in my days at W Snooze years ago, what they used to do was when they would get the diaries, they would take it and fill it out, WRHC, and all across the time, even at night, ditto. The only problem is they were a daytimer. They used to go off at sundown.
That's how much they liked it.
So they would sign off the air like at 5:30 in the wintertime, but at 6 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, when there was no signal there, they were still writing down WRHC, to hell with Fidel, whatever the hell they were writing. Oh man, well, we're doing the best we can. I think out of these circumstances, we're doing about as good as we can.
Monumental.
Now, Greg isn't still there, is he?
No, he left.
Damn, because you should have reminded me. You should have got a pledge from him that, because this is so close, that regardless of how the final number comes between CMQ-FM and us, that we get guaranteed the number one bonus.
Oh, we'll get it.
What?
We'll get it.
No chance.
Here's
one it says, I don't know if you talked about this, but the Beasleys and John Ross, GM of KLSX 96.1 in Fort Myers, are enlisting their own brand of censorship as of today during the Howard Show. In the middle of Jenny McCarthy talking and Howard doing what he does, they imposed a commercial in the middle of the conversation, coming back when they felt it was okay. When they felt it was okay, they did later an interview with an armless, legless wrestler who was a great kid, and we're talking about how he does certain things with no legs or arms. Pretty tame stuff, but as he talks, they drop in a promo. The reason this bothers me is obvious, but the hypocrites run spots about stopping censorship and to call and tell you how they feel about the Stern Show. And with this, your bosses are on the warpath. Keep up the great shows. Hey, just kiss the radio that you got him on over there, okay, if you enjoy his show. Well, he's got some nerve faxing us over on this coast, okay, with the song and the dance about. Just be glad you got any of it if you like the Sperm Show, okay? And let me say it again, Big 106 took a precipitous plop. Man. They just are falling off the face of the globe, and nobody could be happier than this. But I'll say it again. In fact, I want to take a look at the homepage.
Okay.
Because I think maybe subliminally we're doing in reverse. We're promoting maybe they think we're promoting those stations. I don't know. But nice job, Eric. He is the best. He got him off of there already, didn't he?
I think.
I do believe this thing takes forever to download. Yeah, he got those logos off of there already. There's old Pat Boone in the box. Just like magic. He just wiped them clean. And if you're listening to any Clear Channel station, that's what you ought to do is get out some Charmin and wipe your radio clean, okay? Because that radio right now is full of something we can't say. Do not be doing that. That would be my own deal. See, of course, I would never listen to any of their stations anyway. Would I listen to IOD?
No.
Fox?
No.
Sports? No. What else they got? Zeta?
No.
God forbid. What else? Men in Black?
No.
Not for me. What am I leaving out?
I don't know. I forgot the,
Well, you know what they are. Then they got that country thing that nobody listens to anyway. And of course, Big, not so big no more. They're gonna have to change the name of that station. The whole format's gonna have to be changed. Small 106. Let's see, you mentioned Francisco Arruca earlier. I can offer some info. It says he has 2 daily shows, one in English, another in Espanol. The English show airs Monday through Friday on Waxy 790 from 8 to 9 a.m. He buys the airtime. On Monday, he plays a left-wing show called Alternative Radio, which features speakers like Noam Chomsky, Howard Zinn, etc. Sounds great. The Spanish show airs Monday through Friday, 14:50 a.m. from 9:30 to 10:30. I don't listen to this one, says Hector. You'll also be interested to know that the website Progresso Weekly, which features Max Castro, is Arruca's brainchild. I would say, just based on reading his facts, he's probably the best in the market. Francisco Arruca is the best radio show on AM. What time is he on?
I don't know.
It says, check out the BS detector, which rips the Herald a new ass every day. Oh, it says a new hole every day. Sorry. Hector says, P.S. if you want to hear a hostile crowd, you should hear his shows when he talks about Cuba. He really pisses off the green tooths to the point that advertisers won't touch his show, except his own travel agency, which books trips to Cuba. Nice one, Francisco, my new hero. All right. How do you like that?
Yeah.
I think that bitch may have had a point. He's excelente, muy excelente.
I picked him up a couple times.
And
where'd
you drop him off?
He's articulate. He pulls no punches. He's well researched.
Mm-hmm.
And a good guy.
And probably like Max Castro, probably he'll be disappearing one of these days pretty soon. Because South Florida, we don't put up with that kind of crap very long in South Florida. All the old green tooths get really bent out of shape and they come out shaking their hands and fists and their magnetic bracelets. They might have Walter Mercado put a damn curse on them.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. WQAM.
Come and listen to my story about a man named Ted, a Harvard graduate, hearing voices in his head. And then one day he was feeling kind of weird. He moved to Montana and grew himself a beard. Crazy, that is. Psychopath. Strange eyes. Well, the first thing you know, old Ted begins to brood. Kinfolk said, Ted, that's a Unabomber, dude. Said California's where the trial's gonna be, so they loaded up the shack and moved it carefully. Exhibit A, jury pools, weird smells. His lawyer says that Ted's the craziest. If you don't believe it, just read his manifest. Ted says he did it 'cause he hates technology, and that's why he mailed all those people TNT. Mail call, letter bomb, duck and cover. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Ted and his defense, and he would like to thank you folks for paying the expense. You're all invited back again to this locality to buy the first edition of his autobiography, soon to be a movie, HBO. Jerry Springer. Y'all tune in now, you hear?
Y'all tune in. There we go. 132 at 560 WQM. All the rednecks all the time, man. We got them. We got rednecks up the old... Yeah. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got two questions for you. Okay.
Yes.
First of all, let me give you two ex-football coaches. Okay.
Yes.
Bob Phillips and Jerry Glanville.
Jerry Glanville's on there. He's not doing too good. He's got 4 or 5 votes.
How about Bob Phillips?
His stomach's on the bum.
Okay. And I got a question for you and George.
Yes.
When Jesus walked on water, did he walk or did the moon walk?
He did the moonwalk.
Thank you, Neil.
You're welcome. No problem. Bless you, my child. He did the moonwalk, and that's why he and Michael are going to be joined together very soon. 567-0560. Yeah. No, Michael's going to be saying that a lot once he's on the inside, don't you think?
No question.
I think he's going to be saying
Jesus Christ
a lot.
Yeah, making a lot of
Could
those
be wrong,
noises.
but I don't think so. I don't think he's going to last too long. I think he'll be like Father Gagan once he's on the... Well, what are you laughing at?
Because it was so funny.
They're going to have to put him in solitary contusion. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I thought it was Moses that... Now, Jesus did walk on water, but Moses is the one that he parted the sea.
He parted it, right.
Yeah, and then Mo parted his hair. Let the muskrat kind of crawl out. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen. Through law school, I had a chance to run into Flea Daly. And I don't know if he qualifies in the redneck category, but boy, he sure came across as one in talking to him.
Well, let's get him on there then. Those who know him best will.
Although he's not my vote. Is John Rocker on there?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's the one that definitely, you Google his name and that's what comes up right on the picture, redneck.
Okay, thanks, pal. Have a great day. We put him on there very late to try to give some others a handicap. Now, he ain't going to catch El Presidente, John Rocker, but I have a feeling, there he is, he's already got 7. He's only been on there like about 2 seconds, right?
He moves fast.
He's making a big move because he's a big guy. In fact, he's probably headed for the subway right now. Just as long as there's no queers or Haitians or any of these things on the subway.
AIDS-infected Haitians.
Right. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Yes, I'd like to talk to Neil, please.
Speaking.
Oh, Neil, hey, I got the greatest one for you. I don't think nobody's mentioned it. The biggest redneck of all.
Yes.
Jim Foxworthy.
Nobody's mentioned Jeff Foxworthy?
The one that says you're a redneck?
Yeah.
Well, that's the one I was talking about. I mean, he's
how could he have 28 votes if nobody mentioned him then? Oh. Jeff Foxworthy's got 28 votes. See, again, I realize we have people coming and going, all this other crap, which we can't permit anymore. We can't afford any downtime, okay? No, right. Seriously, now that we got Guillermo Schwartz on there on CMQ-FM from noon to 2, we could handle, what's his name, Rush.
Right.
We handled him okay in this last, in fact, pretty handily. Pulled away.
Right. But a guy that tells dirty jokes in Spanish, we can't compete.
But a guy that tells all kinds of crap in Espanol, man, how do you compete with that in South Florida, huh? Yep. Where nobody's speaking English no more. I'll tell you one thing, though, Guillermo. You better watch your ass, because once we start playing them Celia Cruz records, then they will fear us, okay? We've just been holding back. We've been giving them like a little handicap, a head start to kind of catch up.
I am Celia Cruz and I am dead now.
But once we start with that crap, then you're finished. Finito Benito, you know what I mean? Guillermo Schwartz. I mean, what kind of garbage is it? This assimilation baloney, man, the biggest lie. And, of course, the Herald, that's another one of their lies. We ripped them an ass yesterday, well-deserved. That's another phony baloney bunch of crap they've been promoting years and years and years. Well, the assimilation process, right. If they keep reading your piece of crap rag, which they don't, but if they did, it would never happen, and probably won't. I think what we need to do, once we take care of the election here, we get a real president in there and find a way to get us out of this mess, I think in fact, I'd have been a hell of a lot happier if they wanted to invade somebody. Invade Cuba.
Sure. They're causing
Get
problems.
that bearded bastard out of there. They could do it like over a weekend, okay? Over one weekend.
Right.
And then we'll see who's going where, okay? Then we'll see all the big talk, all that crap. I remember so vividly back during the ugly Alien days, some of the darkest, nastiest, ugliest days in South Florida. I remember all those young people getting sucked into that madness too. They all got whipped up into it, see, by their elders, who convinced them that this was some kind of an ethnic thing, as opposed to just another child custody case, which it was. Oh no, he was the symbol, poor little Elianito, and his Happy Meal, yeah.
He was the baby Jesus.
He was the baby Jesus.
What everybody knows.
And then, of course, when he got dragged into the closet, then they really started getting nervous, you know. Because when you start looking into the closet in the Cuban family, well, God only knows who might be hiding in there. WQAM, hello.
Neil Rogers is a radio
And it wouldn't be no
terrorist.
fisherman either. What is it, sir?
Neil Rogers is a radio terrorist.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, God.
Speaking.
Hey, buenos dias to both you and Mr. Jorge. Love
Jess?
the show.
Great.
Got one question here. Although
Okay.
I know no one's going to beat Mein Führer Bush, does it have to be a male on the list?
No, we got some ladies on there, a few ladies.
If you can call them that. How about Miss Tanya Harding?
Well, somebody mentioned that, but the guy was like a hit-and-run artist, kind of like her, so.
Oh.
Is she really a redneck?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
she?
she was
I
big
can't
time
recall
redneck.
her ever
Pick
speaking.
up
Well, that's
truck
good. They give me an
driving.
excuse to play that. I hate that bitch.
What trash?
Okay, you got it, man.
Take them up truck.
Hey, and, you were reading that other article
Yes?
about the rapture?
Right.
Didn't they say something about floating nudity people? Isn't that Hollover Beach?
That's the place. No, they said the rapture, not the rupture, man. Get it right. Have a great day.
He must have been there.
Yeah, they had a rupture on Hollover Beach. Oy vey. Yeah, them guys that are standing around in the bushes with the binoculars, those are my favorite.
Gay.
In fact, when you got your binocs there, when you're standing under the tree, you see a lot of them. John Ashton writes, make no mistake, we are 1930s Nazi Germany. This is on our website. Do I dare read this?
Could you?
It's too long. How about when I come back after the break?
Where are you going?
Out take a leak. Take a pee. What? We can still say leek. Did you see leek on that list? I don't think so, okay? In fact, last time I checked, leek was a vegetable, is it not?
That's right.
Leek is like an onion, I do believe. Isn't that what the Brits use that a lot of leeks?
I thought it was a kind of potato.
Is it a potato,
I
leek?
have no idea, really.
I really don't know. In fact, I've seen leek soup.
Yeah, I think I've eaten leek soup. Potato leek?
Now, back in the day, yeah, you're right. It's a potato thing. Back in the day, we could have probably examined that a little more deeply, but I don't think right now would be a good time. 21 till 2 at 560 QM. Mad Dog at 2. Marlins baseball pregame at 3:30.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Announcing the show you've been waiting for, America. It's Tanya Harding's Ice Cafe.
Here's Olympic gold medalist Katarina Witt.
Yes, skating to the classics. Oh, nice split jump there.
Here comes her takeoff into a double lap.
Oh, she's down. She's in agony.
Now it's Brian Bottano attempting a triple Salchow.
Oh, he really got cream.
A perfectly executed triple shin assault by Tanya Harding.
See the precision team of Tanya Harding, Jeff Gillooly, and her fat guy bodyguard wipe out skater after skater. Oh, now Christy Yamaguchi is down on the ice. It's fun for the whole family, especially if you're the Corleone or Gotti family. Order your tickets for Tanya Harding's Ice Cafes. Visa and Blue Cross accepted.
You're not saying they're a bunch of rednecky trailer trash, are you?
Yeah, they are.
They are. 144, 16 till 2 at 560 WQM. Anyway, John Ashton in the Moderate Independent writes, Senator Christopher J. Dodd, Democrat of Connecticut, noted differences he had with Negroponte when the diplomat was ambassador to Honduras in the 1980s. Those differences stem largely from a lack of candor about what the U.S. was and wasn't doing in Central America and the conflict at that time, Dodd said. And although I intend to support and strongly support this nomination when it comes to a vote in this committee and later on the Senate floor, I want to make one point especially clear. That same issue, candor, in my view, is going to be critical with respect to continued support for U.S. policies in Iraq. Dodd told Negroponte that if the administration's policies are not working, it'll be your duty to the American people to say so, and to say so very clearly and without any hesitation so that we can make course corrections before it's too late. That quote from Fox News. John Ashton writes, this is a real moment of danger for America. The Bush-Limbaugh Republicans are the 1930 Nazis, period. And these eunuchs that make up the Democratic Party, these battered wives who will come up with any excuse to allow these Nazis to continue doing what they're doing, means that America will go the way of Nazi Germany. I mean, look at who this Negroponte is and what his record is, and then it's got a link to click onto, and then look at Dodd's words. Dodd knew all about this when it was occurring, the horrible human rights abuses that occurred on Negroponte's watch and which Negroponte covered up for. Dodd knows that that's who Negroponte is and what he has done, and he made an issue of it when Negroponte was nominated for ambassador to the UN just 3 years ago. And as he says plainly, he knows it is exactly the same issue, candor, which is going to be critical for the post-Negroponte as being assigned to as ambassador to Iraq. In other words, Dodd knows Negroponte lied, i.e. the issue of candor. Last time Nation gave him its trust, oversaw illegal operations, covered up horrible, butcherous human rights abuses, and he knows President Bush is now nominating him as our ambassador to Iraq, putting him in exactly the position to cover up horrible abuses once again. In fact, it seems the only reason President Bush would have taken Negroponte away from his UN post to put him there. But Dodd won't hold him accountable. All we can say to this man who has shown his horrible nature, I'll let you get away with all of that. Oh, and by the way, don't do it this time, please. As always, when the Democrats initially stood up for the nomination of Negroponte as UN ambassador, the Bush-Limbaugians, rather than cave in, fired back twice as hard, and the response is always the worst Democrats caving in. Here, Dodd knows what he's faced with a situation similar to the one in the 1980s in Honduras. Dodd knows Negroponte's record, but not only won't he oppose the nomination, as anyone who cares about America or human rights would, but he will strongly support it. Again, in his words, I intend to support and strongly support this nomination. It wasn't enough for him to even support this horrible man who he stood up against before, but as a true gutless coward, now he wants to make sure he says he will strongly support him. Make no mistake, America's in a lot of trouble. A lot. The Bush-Limbaugians, even if defeated this election, won't go away and will continue to fester and fester into a parallel version of imperial terrorists, a la the Nazis, Napoleon, or the other countless other examples of this occurring throughout history. That is, this will happen unless you stand up, become the leadership of the future, because certainly the mortality-free Republicans nor the ball-free Democrats will. It is up to the moderate independents to boldly, strongly stand up now in defense of our nation, not by stupid, useless protesting, nor by stupid violence, but by getting involved, yes, you, in the political process as candidates. Is there anyone with both balls and a conscience living in America who's willing to put down their remote control and stand up in defense of their nation? What a good column from the Moderate Independent by John Ashton.
Inspiring and embarrassing.
About this slime bag, Negroponte.
What'd you call him?
Slime bag.
Oh.
You heard what I said. You've probably been down in the Keys, had some of that key slime pie.
Yeah, it's good.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Biggest redneck of them all. I'm sure glad we got a couple of these on there right toward the ass end of the show, so they can get their just desserts by tomorrow morning. In fact, let's see if anybody on the bottom of the list. Oh, look at that. The whole bunch of people don't have any. Matthew McConaughey, Imus, Jimmy Buffett. Jimmy Buffett don't have any votes? I think South Florida likes Jimmy Buffett, which scares the hell out of me. Sam Elliott, Zach Thomas, Chris Collinsworth, Glenn Campbell, Ted Kaczynski, Bum Phillips, and Tanya Harding don't have any. Did we put Tim McVeigh on there or not?
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Got four.
Hate to see you make another mistake because Eric will be all over your ass. WQAM, hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Pretty good, Pally.
How about Charleston Heston and Sonny Fox?
Sonny Fox is good. Yeah, okay. Oh. In fact, we never did get a hold of Sonny to recut that promo that he's got there. You know the one where he says,
"Hi, this is Sonny Fox. I listen to Neil Rogers because I can hear the word."
Yeah, not anymore you can't. Not no more you can't, Sonny. So I guess he probably ain't listening no more.
No.
Abuse of Iraqi prisoners probed. A few weeks ago, the U.S. Army announced that 17 soldiers in Iraq had been removed from duty, and 6 of them were facing court-martial for mistreating Iraqi prisoners at Abu Ghraib, the infamous prison where Saddam Hussein and his henchmen tortured and executed Iraqis for decades. 60 Minutes, too, has obtained photographs of what was happening in Abu Ghraib. The photos show American soldiers mistreating Iraqi prisoners. In his Wednesday morning briefing, Brigadier General Mark Kimmett said the photos may be shown in Dan Rather's report on 60 Minutes, too. Well, that was last night. Did you see it? I didn't.
No.
Nice going, CBS. The discovery of the photographs by the Army led to an investigation which concluded that there were problems at the prison from the general in charge of the prison to the military police guarding the prisoners. An investigation into abuse claims started in January after a U.S. soldier came forward with allegations and evidence of abuse. Kimmett, in an interview conducted by satellite from Baghdad, told Dan Rather, "We're appalled. These are our fellow soldiers. These are the people we work with every day. They represent us. They wear the same uniform as us, and they let their fellow soldiers down. We expect our soldiers to be treated well by the adversary, by the enemy, and if we can't hold ourselves up as an example of how to treat people with dignity and respect, we can't ask that our other nations do the same to ourselves." Just mention that in passing, as part of the insanity that we foisted. Of course, remember, they're all them terrorists that used to be over there. Oh, that's right, they're there now, I forgot.
They were in bed together.
Also, don't want to give you any reason to cause for alarm. The FBI has alerted law enforcement agencies nationwide to the danger that terrorists could be using stolen passports to move freely across borders and enter the U.S. of A. A recent classified FBI bulletin warns that stolen French passports are of particular concern because France is one of 27 countries whose citizens do not need visas to enter the U.S. for visits of 90 days or less. French citizens need only show their Il Passaporto to gain entry to the U.S. airport. Thousands of French passports are known to have been stolen in the past year. On July 22nd of last year, 2 gunmen hijacked a van near Marseille in southern France and stole 5,000 blank passports. Almost 2 months later, on September 10, hundreds more blank passports were stolen from a courier service near Lyon. And 2 months ago, in 2 more robberies in France, thieves stole 9,300 passports and burned a van, apparently to destroy the evidence. I think we got a solution for that. Let's just stop letting people from France come in. What do you say?
Okay.
Sounds like a wiener to me. Bye-bye, Froggy. And, just as a bonus, we'll even swap and we'll send Denise Potvan back. At no extra charge. 1:51, 9 minutes till 2. The Mad Dog coming up at 2 o'clock. Marlins on deck, man. We might actually get some numbers with the Marlins this year. There's some interest. There's Marlin fever. They're winning like almost every day. They're on fire. They're at San Francisco today, 3:30 pregame show. Marlins at the Giants, 4:05. Spring into savings right now and save like never before on a new car or truck from Armstrong Toyota of Homestead. They're on US 1, 20 minutes south of the 836, and it's worth the drive to go there because they're going to save you so much cash, literally thousands on unbeatable deals, great new Toyotas. Check out the great lease deals waiting for you right now. An 04 Camry or 4Runner, just $269 a month for 48 months. How about an 04 Highlander, just $309 a month? Need a truck? How about an 04 Toyota Tundra, the safest truck in America? You pay just $179 a month for 48 months. These are just some of the great deals waiting for right now at Armstrong's. So experience the Armstrong Toyota of Homestead difference for yourself. They're locally owned and operated. They're committed to 100% customer satisfaction, too. Their service department is even open late till 8 weeknights to make sure they get all your work done for you. It's easy to find them. They're right on the corner of US 1 and 293rd Street in Homestead, just 20 minutes south of the 836. And wait till you hear this deal. Armstrong Toyota of Homestead offers you free tires, batteries, and replacement parts for the life of your vehicle. That's correct. Tires, batteries, and free parts for life. Nobody else nowhere does that. So forget about the big mega dealers and car giants who give you that big song and a dance and let you down. Call the GM at Armstrong Toyota of Homestead, David Rich. Call him right now at 305-242-3247 for an unbeatable deal. It is absolutely
unbelievable.
305-242-3247. Drive a little and save a ton on that great new Toyota at Armstrong Toyota of Homestead.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Got a mouth like a sewer and a bad disposition. You're a bigot and racist, full of hate ammunition. Now it's down to the minors, cause your bitch is horrendous. Well, I hate Atlanta, but this move is stupendous. Oh, John Rocker, take up soccer, pack up all your gear and clean out your locker now. Oh, John Rocker, what a shocker. You're so violent you should be a knickerbocker now. Oh, John Rocker, take up soccer, then we can take your balls and kick them all over town. You're such a mind-elite clown. Everybody knows John Rocker's going down, down, down.
Absolutely.
158 at 560 WQAM. See, the other one, the psychiatry one, that's kind of cute, but I couldn't play it.
Yeah.
I listened to it, and he says something about bologna. Yeah. I do like bologna.
I'll bet.
I mean, it's not great, but a little bit of bologna's okay once in a while, huh?
If you fry it.
Especially fried bologna, never had it.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
Fried bologna?
Are you sure?
Yeah, melt some cheese on it. It's good.
Ooh, that sounds really good. Maybe some Cheese Whiz.
Oh, cheese.
Which of these people best fits the description of the ultimate redneck? That's our poll today. A lot of response. Lots of rednecks in so little time. 716 vote. El Presidente, George W. 184. Nobody's even within shouting distance, okay? George W. 184. Bobby Bowden's got 60. Toby Keith 55. Jeff Foxworthy 29. Why don't we put him on there?
Yeah.
Terry, well, that's what they've been doing all day. They do it every day now. Well, why don't you put so-and-so on there, and we've been talking about it all day long. Terry Bradshaw, 26. Steve Spurrier, 25. Terry Bowden's still at 24. He should have 500. There's something definitely wrong with your judgment. Richard Petty, all them NASCAR people, 23. Billy Bob Thornton, 22. Daniel Carver, 22. Jesse Helms, 21. Dale Earnhardt Jr., 19. Stone Cold Steve Austin, 19. Billy Carter's got 16. Ted Nugent, 16. Charlie Daniels, 15. John Ashcroft, 14. Billy Ray Cyrus, 14. John Rocker, 13, just aforementioned. Strom Thurmond, 13. Hank Williams Jr., 12. John Daly, 9. David Duke has got 6. James Carville, 6. Darrell Waltrip, 6. And it's Jeremy Shockey, 5. And it's small potatoes after that. We got big potatoes coming up. Hour and a half, a tough assignment today.
All right.
With the Mad Dog, 2 to 3:30. Then we got that pregame show. Marlins at the Giants, kind of like a rematch of last year's NCL, whatever the hell it was, at 3:30 this afternoon.
Bye. The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.